Hello. It feels like forever. Haven't been on live for such a long time, and it's nice to be here. Say hello if you're coming in, that'd be lovely. It's taken me quite a while to set this up. I have my old StreamYard back by the looks of it. God knows how I've done that. I don't even know how I've done it. But I've got my old avatar back, which is pretty cute. My thumbnails seem to have gone, so I can't find those. So excuse the thumbnail. Hiya, Trisha. So, what a palaver I've had to get up here. My last live, I said, I've had to set up a new StreamYard because I couldn't find my old one. And then today I've come up live and my old one's come back, but it's not quite the same. Hiya, Jimmy Jazz, not seen you for ages. So it's nice to be here, even though it's taken me, obviously, because I don't come live very often, it's taken me a bit of a faff to get here, but I'm here now. And because I've got my old StreamYard back somehow, I've got my subscribers only mode back. So which is great, which means hopefully we won't have any nasties in. We hope. Anyway, it's great to be here. Just got back from work about an hour ago, ish, and when I was coming back from work tonight, it was still light, which was amazing, which I thought was really cool. So how is everyone? I'm quite excited just to be chatting away. Oh, it's so lovely to be here. Come in, say hello. I've got the StreamYard link there if someone wants to come up. So I'm going to chat a little bit. Well, do you know, I don't know that much. If anyone wants to talk about anything that they want to talk about, feel free, just let me know. Say, Sagacious, can we chat about this or that? Feel free to, join in because, I don't have that many topics because I'm not really in the thick of it, let's say. So I'll just be waffling away. Hold on. The only real thing I've got to talk about is our Mary. First of all, I want to say I've got nothing against Mary. We were old friends, but you've probably seen, hey Marie, you've probably seen some back and forth a little bit, and some people might be wondering why and what's going on and who the hell's Mary because the last couple of years I've not spoken about Mary at all because I had no need to. Anyway, so I'll give you a bit of background. Me and Mary and Kelly the Advocate were really, really good friends, like really, really close, like really close. Kelly and Mary were much closer. They were like sisters. I mean, they were really, really, really super, super close. But I was close with both the girls, and for quite a long time. And Kelly's was the first live I ever went up on. Before I had a channel and everything like that. So I was really close to him. We talked a lot and everything like that. So I have no animosity towards Mary at all. I Jess Ruby. It's lovely to see you. I'm just giving people who don't know the background of why, you've seen some community posts going back and forth with me and Mary. So we're really, really close. And, all this thing happened a lot of us come together because of the Watts case. And there was definite sides. There was like the truthers and Kelly and all that sort of, where we was for the family. And then basically the other side was AD. We was all against AD. Anyway, this went on for quite a while, quite a chapter of my YouTube life. And, but the way we all got together and the way we all got close was supporting a family, really. That's how we got to know each other and that's how we got close. And of course, Kelly and Mary were very close to the family, and it was all like that. So we was really, really close. And then, well, the truth community started to disintegrate, and things happened. And hello, Kelly. It's nice to see you. And really, nothing really bad happened. All that happened was, so we'd spent years supporting a family, and so someone who was not quite so nice to the family called Cher, and I mean, now looking back, I would have handled it a lot differently. I would have done. Um, things move on. I would have handled it differently. But at the time, there was most definite sides, like really, really sides. And I'm not really into sides anymore. But there used to be definite sides. There was anti-AD side, and we were for the family. And then there was, it was all that. And so Cher had been not very nice to the family, and it is what it is. It was of its time. It'd all be very different if it happened now. And Kelly and Mary decided to be really good friends with Cher. And because we were like really close, I was like, oh, I don't want anything to do with that. Nowadays, if it happened now, we would have talked it out. But it would. I don't like all this side and that side anymore. But you had to have been there. You had to have been there in the Watts era to understand. Anyway, so I was like up my ass, and I was like, right, well, I want nothing to do with that. Going over to her. She's been terrible, blah blah blah, and that was that. That was really that, and that was about 3 years ago, and that was fine, separate, fine. But I like Mary, we were really close at one point, and anyway, and then Mary went off the tubes for a little bit, and then she came back, and I think she still had animosities towards me for how it happened. And I sort of can understand in a way, because what happened was when I found out, we didn't talk about it privately. I just went live and I just went, look, I can't have anything to do with that. Can't have anything to do with that. And I think so. I think that's what happened. Anyway, so as I said, this was 3 years ago. So then Mary came back on the tubes, and I just saw this little digging, sagacious this, sagacious that, sagacious this, she does this, she does that. And I'm like, hold on. Some of it is just not true, actually. And I think you just have this residual leftover animosity, Anyway, so there's been a bit of back and forth. Anyway, but then Mary did do a community post, and she said, look, sagacious, I want to reach out to you. I think she's sick of it, hopefully. And as I say, I hope that me and Mary make up. That I would love to make up. In fact, Mary, if you're listening, come in. I've unblocked you, and I only blocked you because of all the digging, the sniping, and I was like, I didn't want it. Anyway, so Mary, if you're around, come in. And she said she wanted to talk to me. So back in the day, I wouldn't do this now, but back in the day, I was very naive, and I actually spoke to a few people on Messenger. And I went back to Mary, if you're listening or listen to it back on replay, I did go back to our old Messenger, and I did reach out to you, but it's not getting to you because I don't think you have that Messenger anymore. Anyway, but I'm open to a discussion. Obviously, I tried privately. I couldn't get in touch with you, Mary, if you're listening. So I'm open to discussion. It's up to you. I have no animosity towards you whatsoever. Anyway, that's my little bit. That's a little bit of background to what's been happening on my community post recently. And what can I say? That's it, really. I'm going to put the guest link in if anyone would like to come up. As I say, if you've got any topic you want to talk about, I'm happy to talk about it. If you just want to come and have a chat, we don't even have to chat about YouTube. If you like, you can just come up. But anyway, that's the background to that, if you're wondering what's going on there. And because a lot of people won't even know. So that's my little, what I wanted to chat about. How is everyone? It's lovely to see you all. Jess, is it your first time in my chat, Jess? It's nice to see you. And Kelly, Marie. So feel free to come up if anyone wants to come up and chat about anything. What's happening in your YouTube life, or, what you want to chat about. It's lovely to be here. I say, Marie, if you want to come up, or if Tits Up is around, Tea Up, if she's around, if she wants to come up and chat about anything. Sally Ann, if you're around, if you want to come up and chat about anything. Also, while I'm here, I want to do a shout out to Jan. I've not seen Jan for ages. You know our Jan? I've not talked to her for ages, not seen her for ages. If anyone knows she's okay, or if anyone's in contact with her, say hello from me, because she's not been around for a while and I do miss her. So, hello to Jan. I hope you're all right. I've not talked to you for ages. I hope you're okay. Oh, no, you didn't know, because I didn't speak about it, because for me, it was a chapter. You had to have been there, because you had to have been there for the Watts Island stuff. It went on for, oh God, a good 3 years, I think. And so to know all the backstory, you had to have been there, really. So the community post now, people must be thinking, what are you on about? Yes, Jan rocks. Yes, I've not seen her for ages. Now and again, we used to talk privately now and again, just how are you? How are you doing? And we'd video call and I'd watch a dog lady and we'd have a little catch up. But yeah, I've not seen her for a long time. So if anyone has seen her, please pass on my best and I hope she's okay. So yeah, I've not seen her for a long time. So well, yeah, I just hope she's all right. And if anyone, if anyone is in contact with her, pass on my best. And Marie, I've only spoken chats to her. I think her and Sally. Oh God, oh no, not again. Well, they always fall out, and then because they were really close, you see. I think on here it's different if you there's there's levels of how close you are. There's people that you chat to, but there's people sometimes they get to know each other in real life. And the thing is with Jan and Sally, they got to know each other in real life, so they have that that they have that off the tubes relationship, don't they? So it's quite different to just on the tubes relationship. But yeah, I hope she's all right. So this could be a very short live stream, although I am happy to have my avatar back. Brilliant. I've got my face back. I couldn't even put that on before, so I'm really happy with that. Yeah, it's nice to have my old StreamYard back. I don't know what happened, but apparently they've given me it back. So I've got a few things back. I haven't got my thumbnails back as yet. Maybe that'll come later. So I haven't got my old thumbnails, but I'll work on that for next time, maybe. Does anyone want to come up as my guest this evening? Have a little chat? Mary, I think I'm right, and that's why I would see her. Then again, Sally not even live on. Yeah, yeah, I've not seen her around anywhere, Marie. That's why I'm just a little bit worried about her, and just hope someone reaches out to her and says hello, and I just hope she's okay. And Kelly the Advocate again, the other lady that I was close to, she went live. Oh, it must have been what, a month or two ago, and I don't think she's come back since. So. Oh, you coming up, Marie? That'd be nice. So yeah, I think Kelly came back. She's close to Bones, and she did a live, but I don't think she's been back since then. The other people we were close to was like Rabid Dog. There was like Rabid Dog, Kelly. There was a few of us, we all got to know each other quite well, but it's all splintered now, of course, because it's all everyone's gone their separate ways. Would it be easier if I pinned the? Let's have a look. Let's see if I can pin the link. Let's have a look. All right, I've pinned the StreamYard link, Marie. So it's pinned if you want to come up in a min. So what else has been happening? That's mine. I just wanted to give that little backstory because people might be thinking, who the heck's that and what's going on and all that. Anyway, that was it really. And yeah. I'm just taking Lila outside. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Kelly the Advocate. Me, Kelly and Mary in Watts Island days 3 years ago were really, really close, like really close. And she did come back a little bit. She did do a live, and I said hello in her live. And but I don't think she's come back since then. I think that was, God, it must be a couple of months ago now. I think she came up live. But I was like really excited. I was like, I thought anyway, she'll come back when she wants to come back. But yeah, we was like really close for a while. She's a really nice girl. So what's happening at your end, Kelly's chaotic opinions? I'm sure you weren't called that before. I think you've changed your name. Still Kelly though. So. Anyone got any news? What time's it? Oh, it's just turned midnight here. Kelly Cares, that was it. And I knew you'd change your name. And you're giving up smoking. So congratulations for that, Kelly, because I know how hard that is. I've been 7 years now. I've not had a cigarette. I use the vape though, which does help a lot. But yeah, I've not had a cigarette for 7 years. So really well done doing that. It's the best thing you can do for your health is giving up. So well done. And Trisha, you're eating some ice cream at the moment, but feel free to come up if you want to come up, Trisha. You're very welcome. And tell us what's going on in your YouTube life. Give us all a catch up. I know you do your, obviously, tarot with Trisha, so you do your tarot. So you do that. You've been busy with work. Yeah. Well, that's why I'm live tonight. Actually, I was working today, but I finished. Oh, it's been about 2 hours ago now, and I've got tomorrow off. Hooray! I've actually got a Sunday off, which is really really cool. So I've done my working week now. I've got tomorrow off. Back at it on Monday, unfortunately, but I've got the whole day off tomorrow, which is lovely. So I can stay up late tonight. Marie,
Hey there.
how are you?
I'm all right, love. How are you?
I'm very, very good. You're echoing a bit. Have you got another tab up?
No, it's my phone. Trisha, it's still doing it. It ah, sorry. If it's annoying you, I'll go, but I can't do it. Let me see. 1 minute.
just just turn volume down on your
Oh,
no, or maybe I don't know.
okay. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try it.
Because I think we'll probably still hear you because it works differently.
I'm
Oh,
sure most people would. I can't. 1 minute. I don't know how to do this.
and you haven't got any other tabs up on your phone. You haven't got YouTube up on your phone or anything.
I'll probably have 1 minute.
And
Okay, cool.
you're still doing your tarot with Trisha. Anyway, we have a little bit of an echo with Marie. Maybe she's got a tab up or something.
Oh, I don't know how to. Yeah, but I used to do this before and it would work. But do you know what? It's my speaker. Something's wrong with my speaker on its phone. I think that's why.
Actually, that's sounding a lot better now. It doesn't seem quite as echoey.
Well, anyway, I'm sure you don't want to hear my problems on YouTube. Oh,
Oh,
Lord.
go on, tell us what's happening.
Well, because I'm not joining you non-smokers. I need something to smoke while I'm around these bloody people. It's just a nightmare. I mean,
Hi.
Trisha, hi.
I've never been on your panel before. Hi.
What happened? It's so nice to see you.
Thanks.
Marie's going to tell us about some traumas on YouTube, I think.
Good because I just got home. I got some ice cream. But
you need to phone
just from
girl.
the little bit of the community posts that I've read, it seems pretty bad.
Wow.
Oh,
It seems
right.
pretty bad.
Well, I've been
Well,
at work
Trisha,
today. So anything community post wise today, I wouldn't have seen. I've been at work today, and I've come straight on here. Really.
the good news is me and you are we're not blocked from Mrs. P. We've made the official okay list, and bless her. I have said to her today that Sally Ann is not. I just want to say this in case she's listening. Sally Ann has not turned on you, Mrs. P, and she's not going to attack you at all. She's just got a lot going on, and she can't take on other people's problems and give them the time that she feels that they deserve. I just want that to be clear because I don't want her to think that Sally Ann's turned
Yeah.
on her.
No,
I
Sally
think
Ann,
that's
it's not. I've been a little bit, and I think Sally really cares about Mrs. P. But I mean, look, I feel bad talking about Mrs. P because she's actually blocked on my channel. I tend not to talk about people when they're blocked on my channel, but she's only blocked on my channel because she can say things that I don't want on my channel. But I still support her. I still like her. And when I see her around the tubes, I will always be courteous to her. And I do really like her. And I think she has had a bad run. And I think that she has been picked on merc- mercilessly by certain channels.
and it's
There was
good
one
considering.
time, there was about 15 bloody channels just taking the piss out of Mrs. P. And that is hard. I mean, I'm quite a strong person. I'm a strong Yorkshire lass. But if I had 15 channels just having a go at me, I'd be upset about it. And she has got a mental incapacity, and it was unfair.
Mhm.
But for me, I can't have her on my channel because she can say things. I mean, listen. Also, I will say when Mrs. P does say outrageous things, usually later on, if you wait long, she will apologise actually. But
1,000,000%.
still, some of the things she comes out with are not for me that I want broadcast on my channel.
And at the end of the day, it's your channel, and everyone has to respect what you want and don't want here, and friends or enemy. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's got to respect that. I personally think that Mrs. P, and she knows how I feel like, and I've said it publicly, because of her disabilities, she doesn't understand and process the things the same as we do. And in comments, even when things are written down, it's easy to take things in the wrong way. There's no tone behind it, etc. And I think because of her past things that have happened in life and people haven't been genuine to her and betrayed her trust, etc., she automatically goes thinking that people are like that too. And she needs somebody to vocalize things to her and sit and explain to her, and so she can ask questions, what's this happen for, etc. And I'm not saying we all need to make that time. We're not necessarily got that time, especially when you're on panel and it's going on in a chat. um but I think that is a big problem as well, like, you
I
know
think she's very, very active, but what gets me is that we know she's very active, and we know that she's harmless, absolutely harmless. So all this, I'm scared of Mrs. P. Oh, shut up.
it's
She's
disgusting.
harmless, and I'm sorry, but I am going to say Mrs. P is Mrs. P. You've got to understand her own disabilities, and when you understand that, you don't take it to heart. If she did a live tomorrow and called me all the bitches under the sun, I'd go, okay, fine. I would never react back because I don't think it's a level playing field.
I
I
agree.
absolutely
I
don't.
support that.
So I would never react back. In fact, anyone out there who I do react back to, take it as a compliment because I know you're strong enough to take it or have the mental capability to take it. We're on the same level playing field. But with Mrs. P, I would never react back because I don't believe we're on the same level playing field.
It doesn't feel right, and I mean, I don't know if it's because things are different here, Trish. I mean, Sagacious, sorry, but this would not be happening in England. It wouldn't have happened like that in court.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't know where things went wrong or etc. But a judge here would not have let her go into court without being represented by a professional in from the healthcare system somewhere. And it's Sagacious, like
I
social
think that
service.
if it was looked at properly as a whole, there was not a chance in hell she'd have ended up in jail. I think that was a travesty. absolute tragedy that someone with that mental disability ended up in jail. I mean, I would be terrified. I've never been to jail, never been arrested in my life. Um, I would be terrified. So imagine her. She must have been absolutely terrified, and that upset me.
She was, and it upset me too. I didn't even know her then. Like, just one of my main moderators, Kira, she's got Prader-Willi syndrome, autism, and some other additional needs. And I look at it the same way. Like, how I don't care how much somebody annoys you. How can you put somebody like that in prison? Like, when there's a lot of worse people out there, and especially when you're blatantly not scared of her. If you were scared, you would not be carrying on antagonizing her and allowing your friends to
I agree.
old channels that she claims she doesn't know. I beg to differ, but that's my opinion.
I agree.
You
If I
certainly
if
wouldn't
I
be
was
letting that
scared
in
of
your channel.
someone, I won't be speaking about them on YouTube. I won't be
Nope.
speaking about them at all. Even if I had to go to a stage of going legal, if it did get to that stage, I wouldn't be speaking about it on here. Not a chance.
That order that she got granted in court went straight to her head, and she thinks that
It
that
did.
applies to everybody on YouTube. And you know what? How that's never going to apply to me. Never, ever, ever. Whatever she says or does, like, she doesn't understand what I've been through. I've had my ex contacted, my parents harassed multiple times. Police came to my parents' home at least 5 times from fake reports. I'm not going to mention who, we all know. Do you know what I mean? I've been through it. So she's nothing she can do to try and shut me up. And that's why I'm going to stand up for Mrs. P too, because as you said, Sagacious, like, we're strong. 2 years ago, and it come back in my Snapchat memories this week because it's when my aunt took her life. The day after her funeral, we found my uncle dead. He'd been dead for a couple of weeks and we didn't know. Look, it was a lot. And that whole time, I had the most going on from people here. And even seeing it in my memories today and the screenshots and the clips that have been sent and things from my family as well, it really upset me this week. And it just reminded me, like, what she's trying to deal with.
Mm.
And all she wants to do is feel included somewhere.
Yeah, I believe
And
that too.
to try and, when people are lying about you all the time, as you know this week, you just want to defend yourself.
What to do? I do. Do you know, I can have
Factual.
people calling me names or whatever, but it's the lies that get to me. When people start lying about me, that really gets my goat, and I'd feel I have to come out and say, no, that's not true. It's just not true.
Exactly. I open my mouth about noodle mash, even though she keeps saying, "Oh, for I don't," because of this other reason. No, I started speaking up when I thought something wasn't right on a public platform. What I've seen, and you're stalking order or not, I don't think or agree that that gives you consent to harass somebody. Like, that's a whole different
Yeah,
situation.
and that is the thing. The problem is that Mrs. P was quiet for ages, and
Hmm.
Noodle Mash keeps talking about it. If she's talking about it
Mhm.
on a public platform, we as the public can talk about it too. She's brought it here.
Something.
So if Noodle Mash is up there going la 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 publicly, we can comment on that.
Well, I'll be commenting every time she says that do you know this, what she said about me? I'm a biggest bully. She knows it. And she's had multiple people emailing her and messaging her about me and what I've done to them. Mm. I'm still waiting to see it. Like,
Yeah.
you can't go around lying about people just because they
No.
don't agree with you.
That's what gets me more than anything on here, because there's people that have, that get in groups and they have big groups, and once they get a big group behind them, they think they can say anything. They think, oh, well, I'm like protected, and there's me like sat here on my own, going, well, I might be on my own, but I'm still going to come out and defend myself. I don't care. I don't need a group of people. I don't need an army. I'm still going to come
Yep.
out and defend myself.
I would do it. I would stand on my own all day long and have no one if I'm following my heart and my morals and integrity, you know. And then people in her chat, regardless of what they think about her, Mrs. P, some of the things that she's been saying about other people women who can't have children, mocking people for sobriety,
Yeah.
parenting, etc. She thinks that people in her chat have not suffered, or someone in their family hasn't suffered
Yeah.
through those situations.
Well, that's what
No
that,
one.
I for a long time ignored Noodle Mash. I knew she wasn't my people. I knew I didn't like her. This constant victimhood. I can't stand people that are constant victims. It really winds me up. So I didn't really watch her. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I don't watch her. But then what I heard, you know what caught my attention was when she started ringing another country to ask about work. That pissed me right off. So that caught my interest then. And I thought, why are you doing that? Some
Sorry,
from you.
what did she do? I'm not aware of this.
Oh
So
yeah, it happened. It happened. She
yeah,
what happened was is all that stuff. She actually called another country and got information on her past occupation, her previous occupation.
Was that about Extinct Tube or that other? Somebody here.
tee up.
Yeah, tits up too. She did tits up too.
Hi, people in the chat. By the way, I can't comment.
Not
Hey,
only
crap.
that, she also said, this is Noodle Mash said, if she ever goes back to nursing, I'm going to try and make sure she cannot go back to nursing. That's disgusting. She
Yep.
said
Well, well,
she will
you
meddle
should have
in
been-
her nursing career because of YouTube.
well, her opinions on YouTube are not affecting what she does as a job.
Hi, Crafter.
Well, I'm sure she's got all of my details with the people that she's
Well, I'm
surrounding
sure she's
herself
got
with.
everybody's details. She's just like a Natasha Cooper. Just
I'll
like
send them
Natasha
myself.
Cooper.
My details are all over YouTube already before I come to this community because of other people. So I ain't got nothing to lose and I haven't done nothing wrong.
Well,
So
messing with people's jobs is a big, big, big thing. But I hate it. Absolutely hate it. That's why I've never said on here where I work, and I never will. I didn't like it when people talked about Robbie's job when Robbie had that job and the people brought that out. I hated it. I spoke up about that. When people go for people, Noodle Mash. Also, not only her nursing job, she went for a store for a jewelry store as well.
yeah,
I hate it.
that person or you want about Sally?
Tits up. Because
She's done it to Sally this week too. Oh, by the way, Sally messaged me just before I came here on your panel and she said to tell you that sorry, she was going to sleep. My apologies, I've got to tell you.
Sally, you get some sleep. It's midnight here in the UK, so it is late.
She's got to be up in the morning.
Yeah, she's going to car boot in the morning, so
Oh yeah, and I think it's supposed to be quite not really.
I think it's
nice
like 4
tomorrow,
in the morning tomorrow.
yeah.
You have to be very early, Trisha, over here. And then people want to get in the boot of your car before you've even opened it. I can't do it.
Yeah, because she sets it up really well, doesn't she? She has to start really early, so I get that. So don't worry. Come back next time, Sally. But
She's
yeah,
had a weekend now.
but yeah, the I mean, even I remember when we used to watch Natasha Cooper, whether you like her or not, she always said, "Don't mess with people's income." Don't mess with people's income. She said that. And
I'll
it's
be back. I
true.
have to make a phone call, y'all. I'll be in chat.
Okay. So yeah, that really is a big thing for me when people start messing with people's jobs and income and things like that. That is just not. You just
Well,
don't
I
do
know
that.
you two got brought up, and I can't sit here sagacious and not bring it up because of what you said. Now, when Lorraine first came around, I didn't know who she was or anything, and she was on her live screaming my name in her work uniform, and people knew where she worked, and that's all I knew about her. At this point, I didn't know her name was Lorraine. She had a different name on her channel, and someone told me, and other people had tweeted where she worked because she was wearing you know what I mean? She's representing them. And I did tweet with the people and told them that she was harassing me online and like I didn't know who this person was, where she come from. Would I do it again now? Probably not, because I'd handle it a different way because I know other things to do. But
Yeah, I just think because I
I
respect
wouldn't hold them in
anyone.
a sack or anything like that. I was like, who the fuck is this woman from Car Phone Warehouse screaming and shouting about me? Like,
Yeah, but
And
you can't. I think that's a step too far with messing with people's work and job. I mean, that's their livelihood. That affects their kids, and your job is everything. But I've learned now. When I first came here, Marie, I was so naive. I was the most naive person in the world. I came with my real name when I first came here. I was such an idiot. I was so stupid,
my
and
mother me.
but I mean, now I've had my job a year and I haven't told anyone where I work. Not one person, whether I've talked to them offline, online. I haven't told one person, and I never will from YouTube. Because it's so important to me. It's my job. Not that I do anything bad to anyone anyway, for them to call my job, because I don't do
Yeah.
anything bad. I don't look people up. I don't. There's people that look people up and look for background. I don't do any of that. I really don't. Um,
No, I wouldn't. And I mean, I'm not saying I was right for doing it, but other people had tweeted about it and I retweeted it. Like, because she'd been screaming about me too. And look, I was naive too. I didn't know, all these things. Well, I didn't know. I didn't go direct to her store, or I mean, like I said, would I do it now? No, but I don't say I regret what I did because I didn't know any different.
mm. So I
And
just,
do you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah. I've learned now not to tell publicly personal details, because
100%.
there's people out there that will use it. And
I want everything done to me, and that's my own fault. Like, because I told one person something, and they fell out of me, and it spread like wildfire, and then people started paying other people to get information on me, etc., etc. I mean, and if I came around now, I wouldn't even use my name, Marie. Are you mad? Like, no, never. But I didn't understand
we
how
don't get it
crazy
when
it
we
could be.
first come on. We don't get it, do we? We absolutely don't get it. We're so naive and green to things, and it's only been here. I mean, I've been um I started in What's Island, sort of, but I've been around the tubes, like chatting like we are, for about five, maybe coming up to 6 years now, possibly. Um, so I've learned a lot, and I've seen what other people have done and learned by their mistakes and learned by my mistakes, and I've learned a lot. And because my default, Marie, my natural default is to be an open book, because I've not done anything wrong. I've never been arrested, I've never been in trouble. So my default is to just be an open book, because I'm just the girl next door. I'm just a normal woman. I've got nothing to hide really, but you can't be open as you would like to, because people will take it, and and you just can't. You've got to be so careful.
I would never dream of like going to pay and looking. I wouldn't even know how to search up people's addresses and all these things and start Google imaging their homes, or never mind going outside their homes or whatever. Like, I mean, I've done that thing once, really in the early stages, and like I said, I didn't know what was going on. Do you know what I mean? And I'm sure she wouldn't have stood there in her uniform if she thought other things she was gonna, you know what I mean? If she was gonna, this is gonna happen. We
Yeah.
all learn. I know that I learned, and I didn't do anything ever again like that.
Mm.
And people have continued to do worse after they've had things done to themselves. Several people look at Noodle Match is sitting here now, moaning, "Oh, this person, I've got bullied." Da, 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 da. But how many people has she gone after? And she moans about the one thing Sally said to her. It was not Sally's best choice of words. She knows how I feel, but I also understand what got her to that point, and the other person is not innocent at all. Like,
I
you
think
know,
because as well over the years, like obviously, again, it goes back to What's Island, so a lot of people might not know. But at the time, I mean, I was dragged to fuck, Marie. Honestly, there was a big group of people, and they used to do live just about me, like just about me, and I've been dragged to fuck. So the first time it happened, I was like, oh my god, it was quite upsetting. But because I've been dragged by someone who can really drag people, relentlessly for quite a long time, what people say now, I it I've toughened up to it. So
I'm the
I'm
same.
I'm looking at Noodle Mash going, well, people don't drag you. Do you know what I mean? People don't harass you. People are not bullying you. You should have seen what I had to put with a few years back. I mean, fucking
Girls,
hell. She would not have coped with what I had a few years
she's
back.
on
She would
about people
not
she's
have.
scared in her real life. I'm sorry, I've not seen anybody really threaten her life like she makes out.
Yeah, for someone to
Um,
say they're scared of Mrs. P is ridiculous.
oh,
Absolutely ridiculous.
I
Mrs.
really
P is
haven't
not going to come
believed
down
it.
to anyone's door. And
And not being funny, well, even if she did, you don't have to open your door. You got cameras, and you could. I mean, she thinks she couldn't defend herself over Mrs. P. Like, no, I don't even think Mrs. P is dangerous at all. Do you know what I mean? I don't think that woman has got it in her to do anything nasty like that, like physically to somebody. I don't think she's capable of that.
yeah. But yeah, not when people are online and on YouTube and saying, "Oh, this person is harassing me because they spoke that they disagree with you." I mean, listen, back in the day, people really got dragged badly.
It's not harassment to have a difference of opinions.
No, I don't think it is.
Just to see her community post, like somebody, I think that was actually like a subscriber. I don't know like how close they was. What's the name again? Katie.
Okay, Dee.
She must have put a comment somewhere. It was respectful and just telling Noodle like basically it's a bit far, maybe think about things. I can't remember the wording, but it was very polite.
Mm.
Oh, she's had to block her, and she can't believe that she's done this to her, and how dare she say that public to her with her feelings. Da, 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 da. I'm like, yeah, your friend is telling you, your friends.
Yeah. But as I say,
Well,
I mean, I really, I, I just think that it is for me, and it's my personal opinion. As far as Noodle Mash is concerned, I think it's just a money grab. It's the only way she can get people to donate to her is to say, "Oh, Mrs. P, Mrs. P, Mrs. P." That's it.
well, she could prove us all wrong, Sagacious, and just do her crafting, and then she would get the piece as well that she claims that she wants. So I don't really understand why she doesn't do it, unless it is about the money, girl. You're right.
It is the money, and like I say, I just didn't watch her. She was not the kind of person that I watched, but I didn't watch her until because I liked Tea Up until I heard that she was, calling people's jobs in a different country or finding out about and saying, "Oh, I'm going to stop this." If she ever goes back to nursing, I'm going to make sure she can't do nursing again. I mean, that was like a real red flag for me, and I'm like, "You
A
what?"
terror. Look, who the fuck does she think she is? Can you imagine? She's going to ring up somebody's job and say, "Oh, they've said this about me on the internet," and that she thinks that that's going to what do to their career. What does she think is going to happen?
It's that to me was just really like, wow.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy that you're that delusional to think that you've got this authority or something because you've got a stalking order against one person. I mean, if she hadn't have been able to pay, I don't know how it works in America, but
She got a subs to pay for it.
yeah, but is that like if she didn't have the money, could she have got it?
Well, I
Like
don't know.
she's I
I
don't
know why. I
understand.
know why she got it, Marie. The reason why she got it is because Mrs. P put her address out there, which you're not allowed to do, which is wrong, wrong, wrong.
Yeah,
And
which is
that's
not okay. I agree.
it's not okay. But that's why she got it. She didn't get it because Mrs. P called her a few nasty names, or there was some back and forth, or all this harassment and bullying. No, she got it because Mrs.
How
P
did she
put
tell me?
her address.
So how it so obviously she already had it. So how then did that all of a sudden make her feel in fear of her life when they knew each other anyway? Like, do you know what I mean? How
Yeah. But that's why she got it. That is the actual reason why she got it. It
I
wasn't
just
all
don't
back and
understand how
forth.
the judge believed it all sagacious. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, I don't understand what happened in that courtroom. I'm like, was the judge asleep? Like,
I mean, I can just see the judge just literally looking at it and going, "All right, she's put the address out. That's really really wrong. We're going to give
yeah.
her." The judge is probably thinking that'll be the end of that. Right? Thank you. Job done. No, no.
And I mean, what a waste of time and resources. I wonder what the judge would think if he knew that she's still antagonizing the person that she claimed to be in fear
I
of her life.
I think if they looked into it as a whole, they would probably say they would probably put things in place and just say, look, the pair of you can't talk about one another.
I think that's the best thing they
You
should
know
have done
what I
from the
mean?
beginning.
Like,
Yeah.
like, it should be like both ways. You can't talk about Noodle Mash. Noodle Mash, you can't talk about Mrs. P. The end. That's what it should be.
Yeah. And she gloats on the fact I can do this, and she thinks that anybody else, she's gonna try and shut them down too. I mean, it's getting
Well,
crazy.
that's why I reiterate why she got the order, because she didn't get the order because someone said on YouTube, "Look, I don't think what you're saying is right." She got it because of that. So if you're not doing that, which none of us are doing, I've certainly never done anything like that. If you're not, if you're just speaking your opinion and you're not putting people with faces out, which none of us are doing, then she can't
Mm.
get an order on anyone. So when she's on about, oh, I can get an order on you for this harassment, it's bullshit,
I'll
absolute
send her the
bullshit.
money. She thinks she can get it, and she has to pay me double if she can't. Because I mean, it's ridiculous. Harassing is not having an opinion. Like, if she comes and looks at my channel or your channel or anybody else's, and here's what they've that's her business. She's the one going around looking. We're not going to her. That is the harassment. Where if we was going to her or going to her channel, like all her little minions do to everybody else, that's harassment. It's a
Like
public platform.
I said, I've never looked into anyone, so the fact that if I do say anything, it's from what I've seen publicly, then do you know what I mean? It's what she is saying publicly. People can have an opinion of what she said publicly. The end.
Did she come to this platform to follow Mrs. Pig or what?
I don't know the ins and outs of it, but um, I believe that Noodle Mash was on Natasha Cooper's for a while, and there was a
Um,
big hoo-ha on that, wasn't there? Because Natasha talked to Noodle Mash. You know, I think they were friends for quite a while, and then Natasha realised that Noodle Mash was actually partly the instigator, not just the victim. She was partly the instigator as well. So then, you know, um, Natasha Cooper was like, sort of said, well, it's not just all Mrs. P, is it? It's all instigating. I think it's something like that anyway. It started over there, I think.
Kind of making sense as well. She probably saw how Natasha's income is great on YouTube and thought, oh, I want some of that.
Yeah, and the thing is, no one minds her getting supporters and getting donations and things like. Nobody cares. But what we can see as the public is that she only gets it from whining and whining about Mrs. P.
And harassing people and lying, and I don't agree with that. Like, some of the disgusting things that she said in her lives about people. I mean, I think it's disgusting. Really, really bad. And not just that she's saying it against the person, the general context of her mouth is vile. And well, they deserve it. I will say what I want because they deserve. No, you have a
Mm.
choice of what you say.
Mm.
You choose how you behave. You're an adult. You choose to go that low. No one makes you do it.
Yeah, it's like I say, my personal things that I don't like. Like I say, professional victims, I can't stand. Digging into people's real life, I can't stand. So she pretty much does everything I can't stand. Do you know what I mean?
Mm. What I heard the other day about women who can't have children being jealous of trans women because they're more of a woman. She's lucky she wasn't in my vicinity
Wow.
because my mum falls into that category of people who can't have children.
Yeah, I
So
mean, I'm very, very blessed. I've got two children, but I had
you don't feel like
a
that about
third
people.
child. I had a stillbirth. I lost a child as well. I lost my son at stillbirth. And so to say things like that about not it's really, yeah, really not on, is
And
it?
apparently she suffered that too, like sagacious. So that's what blew my mind even more. You're
Mm,
talking about women like this, and you should be grateful that after that tragedy happened to you, you was able to have a child, another child. She was blessed. You know,
mm. Yeah,
I
it's just like she just get very personal and very real lifey, and I don't like it really.
well, I mean, I'm not saying other people don't, but you can't sit there thinking that you're a victim when you are saying nasty things too. Like, what do you expect?
Well,
I just
that's
think if you be
yeah,
quiet,
that's it as well. Like if she wanted a lovely, lovely community, she wouldn't be in this community. She'd be somewhere else. If
she just give her crafting.
just do a craft. That's what I was trying to say. Like if she wanted it to be all like just calm and nice, just do a crafting. Just do that and build up a crafting channel. Do you know what I mean? And just don't have any dramas. Just build up your crafting channel and just do your crafting and build up a lovely community. You know?
Yeah, and she would be at peace as well, wouldn't she? Because
And yeah, no one would care about that. No one would bother her. Do you know what I
no,
mean? No one
he
would
would have
take
been
her as
easy
second
to
thought.
say. Yeah.
Oh dear.
I think as well, Sam Bree, she and Pesky made a post yesterday because she tagged me in it. Somebody docked Sam again or something in the chat over there.
Why is that though? I mean, she does. I don't. I mean, I don't know a lot about everything, but I don't think she has a channel, does she, or anything? I don't. I think
She
she
does
just.
lots of those community posts, like little bits, but
But yeah,
and shares lives, but she's not like an active channel. And as far as I know or I've seen, it's just because she doesn't agree with what's going on over there.
that it? Is
Yeah,
that really it? Just because she doesn't do it honestly,
yeah, well, it was one of the old channels that docs something to do with her work. She did tell me this publicly in a comment, so it's available for anyone to see. I'm not talking, private stuff.
Mhm.
And she has mentioned, and it's not just on my channel. I think she commented it on my channel, but it's elsewhere. That the information that was doxed, this was a couple of weeks ago. She only told 3 people, so therefore one of them has to be this account or someone close. And then something happened again yesterday, and she tagged me in, and then we spoke in comments today, and I said to her, call out the 3 people that know that information about you,
Yeah.
and they're all going to be held accountable until one of them actually shows up being honest. And also, it's just they're responsible for the alt account because we don't know any otherwise, and if not, they're talking to that person so they know who it is. And
Mhm.
also, I think Noodle Mash allowed them in her chat, but I don't know. She might not necessarily know that the comment was a dox, but
Right. Yeah. Because that can be a problem. Like if someone puts something in chat, like we might not know. Do
if
you know?
someone come into my chat saying your name, I wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. You wouldn't know. You'd be like, well, I don't know.
Uh-huh. But it's the way she handled it after when you read her community post, because
Mm.
obviously Pesky must have wrote a post first about it, and that's what Sam shared and tagged me in. And then when I was commented to Sam today, she told me to go and read it, and Noodle didn't just say sorry, I didn't know. She's having to go pesky. I can't even remember the. I don't read that much into it because I just there's no point reading her bullshit.
I
Sorry,
don't.
swearing.
Gee. Yeah. Yeah.
Where's Trisha?
She said she had to make a call. She might come back in a bit, but she had to go make a phone call.
I'm gonna when she comes back, I'm gonna go see if she could just chit chat.
Oh.
I've had laryngitis all week. My voice only came back yesterday.
God, that's so weird. Oh my goodness, about 3 weeks ago, I completely lost my voice. I still had to go to work. I couldn't hardly get a squeak out. I don't even know how I got through it.
I was like that too.
Yeah, it only
Literally.
lasted about 3 or 4 days. That's all. It came back quite quickly, but for 3 or 4 days, I couldn't speak.
It really affected my asthma. My chest was feeling
Oh
so
no.
bad. Like come Wednesday, I felt really ill. I've actually been in bed for about 3 days this week. And
Because
as much as people think I don't do nothing else, I really do. Like I've had like
I was so
um,
lucky, Marie. um, I had it and it didn't affect anything else. I didn't feel ill or anything. I just completely lost my voice.
Well, I'm not sure if I picked up a little bug, right? But also, it was like, certain time, and my hay fever's been really bad. So I just think a combination of it just made me feel a bit worse.
Yeah, it was bizarre because I mean I literally could hardly even get a squeak out. Like
I
my
didn't
voice
have
totally went. It's weird.
I didn't have a sore throat or anything like that
No,
though. Literally,
I
I just
didn't.
woke up and my voice had gone.
Yeah, I just literally my voice went. That's it. I didn't feel poorly. I still went to work. I just couldn't speak. It's bizarre.
I'm sure a lot of people was glad that I couldn't speak. And I think God sent me with the the loss of the voice, knowing what the week would come to prevent me from
Right.
losing. Because I've said I'm not saying nothing. Like I just can't because I will just lose the plot. And also, it's not fair, Mrs. P.
Hmm.
But
It's such a
she's
shame because I do like her, but I can't have her on my channel because sometimes she does go too far, and there's some things which you can't defend. You just say things sometimes which are too far. Do you know what I mean?
and unfortunately that's what happened in Sally's. And I
Yeah.
mean, also Mrs. P, bless her. If you're listening, I'm saying this with love, Queen Mrs. P. Okay, girl. But when she thinks people are trying to control her, we are trying to protect her. And we have not made the rules about you being able to speak or not, Mrs. P, or what about. But because we know we don't want to see you getting in any trouble,
Yeah.
at all, especially when we're all so far away and,
Yeah.
just time zones, we can't be there to support you enough.
Because when
Um,
Mrs. P is in a good mood, like I've been on, not on my channel, but on someone else's panel, and she was up and I was up, and she can be absolutely charming and lovely. She really can.
this it really takes its toll on her. I mean, people just think um she's horrible. She's not like you said earlier. She does she knows it herself. She says things in the heat of the moment, right? We all do it, but the other side, they're doing intentional, malicious, nasty things, and I just think it's disgusting. You know how many channels are making videos about everything she does?
Yes, that's what I was trying to say earlier. Is like I'm quite a strong person, but if I had 15 channels just having it just there to have a go at me, I would feel some type of way. I'd be a bit upset about it. And I'm quite a strong person. So you can imagine, for her, must and when you can't process it as clearly as we can, it's even worse, isn't it?
That's what I mean. And like and I do say to her, I promise, I know from my own experiences, and I'm sure you can agree, not watching is the best thing you can do.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've had to
Yeah.
do it myself sometimes, when I had a big group of people going for me, sometimes I had to just switch off for a bit and just go like, I'm just gonna not watch for a little while, and you know, just do that.
But also, as well, sagacious, I don't know if you've been tagged or whatever, but I'm sick of them idiots tagging me over there. I'm not interested in what they've got to say to me. And they do it to everyone else. Noodle Mash was following me up on Ariana's channel the other day, trying to tell me that I can't have an opinion. She can do one. Like, I don't see anybody from this side that thinks who's supportive of Mrs. P going over there causing trouble
No, and that's
in
what
their.
I don't do. I can have an opinion here, but I don't disrupt other people's channels. Like, I don't go in their channels and start disrupting their.
Oh,
For example, the other day, um, so let me try and think because I wasn't really going to speak about this, but it seems sort of anyway. The other day there was a live. I tell you who it was. It was Megan PR. Anyway, so I
oh,
just
she was the one. Sorry, I didn't know who she was, but she tagged me as well in something. I don't know who she
anyway,
is.
she seems very nice. You know what I mean? She was chatting away and talking about something, and I just made one comment, and I knew that most of the people in there don't like me, which is fine. But I have no problem with Megan at all. Anyway, but I knew some of her mods and chatters don't like me, and they went to bloody town. I read one comment, and they went to town. So what I did was I just sort of left because the thing was she's doing her live, and I thought if I comment back, I'm going to be disrupting her life, and she had a topic of discussion. I didn't want to do that because that's her channel, her life. She had a topic of discussion. So I just shut up, because I didn't want to disrupt her life. And I do try and do that. Do you know what I mean? I do try and not disrupt other people's
As
lives.
well, those people in the chat weren't being respectful to her channel.
Well, that's it. When they all started, going, "Oh, and all this bullshit, I was just like, oh, do you know what? I'm not even going to respond. I'm just going to leave quietly, leave gracefully.
And you know it yourself, like when you're on StreamYard as well, that the chat is delayed.
Oh,
So
yeah.
by the time she's seen it, you're having to deal with everybody, and it just comes a commotion.
Yeah. Yeah. So I do like say if I'm in someone's chat and they're all having a go at me particularly, and they've got to, I won't respond in that way. I'll just like leave and just leave them to it.
Oh, sagacious! I've never had that happen.
But the thing is,
Nothing
I,
watches
the
me.
thing is with me though, I don't see sides, Marie. So I'll go anywhere. Like, and if
Oh,
if
me too.
if the creator of the channel says, "Yeah, you're all right, here, sagacious," I'll go, "All right, thanks." If I'm not welcome,
Oh,
I'll go, "All right, see you later." If I'm welcome, I'm welcome. If I'm not, I'm not. It makes no difference to me. If you want me there, lovely. If you don't, you don't. Simple as that.
I went to one of these channels that are having about Mrs. P, and they was blaming someone for being something in the community post. So I just said to them, "Have you got any proof?" I was respectful. The comments still there, whatever. I mean, I wasn't taking their side. And I even said to them, like, "You're not helping either, and where's this going to end you?" I was just having a respect, and they had a conversation back with me. They wasn't nasty, and I mean, I'm not saying they listened or it took in
Yeah.
what I said, but
Well,
you can't do that. I'm
yeah.
not gonna not be honest and have a respectful conversation with someone just
I
because
think
some people don't like that.
I think you're a bit like me in that way. Is that like I'm not on anyone's side thing. I'll just speak how I find.
Mhm.
And if say someone on how some people might say the other side have said something that's correct, I think you're a bit like me, and you'll agree with it because it's right. What's right is right and wrong is wrong, and all that kinds of thing.
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
And this is with Noodle too. When I first came around, I didn't have a clue Mrs. P was or anything, and I really believed that Noodle was really being harassed by someone. And I'm not saying she said it, but the impression I got, like this woman, Mrs. P, lives really close to her, and she's like really in danger. I was really like, oh my god, this is terrible, right? And then I invited her onto a live of mine where we was going to talk about how social media can be detrimental and how it can affect your mental health. But Scamarella got wind of this live because it was public knowledge, and obviously assumed it was all about her and messaged Noodle. And I'm not getting into what happened, but Noodle and I didn't. She had them other people in her chat from then on. I respectfully left. I didn't say nothing. I didn't kill my fuss. I didn't even unsubscribe to her. I just my boundaries. I
mm,
had to move away.
yeah,
And then only in the past few months, I've seen like clips on other people's lives and seeing more of what she's been doing. And then when I started having an opinion, it's I've only got this opinion because she spoke to other people. No, I had to remind her my opinion of you changed because of your own behavior.
own actions. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think I don't know her well enough to say if she always been like this throughout her life, or was it just because of this stalking order it's gone to her head?
Well, when she got it, she played she played a song, something like "We Are the Champions" or something. I had cancer kisses, so it wasn't like, "Oh, thank goodness I've got this, thank goodness." It was like, "Whoa," it's like I don't know, it's bizarre to me.
Probably as well because the money she didn't have to work hard. You know what I mean? It was easy given to her on a plate to do that.
Well, yeah, I think that if people have to fork out their own money, you'd have to think about it long and hard. But if someone else or your community is paying for it, you've got naught to lose, have you? Because you're not paying for it. So
True. But on a different note, yeah. And I'm not saying this in a derogatory way towards her because I'm sure someone will be listening.
nice to
But
see you, Kiss.
hi, um, I mean, if you can't afford £600 yourself, that is obviously a lot of money to you. And you know in your heart that you weren't really scared. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I know exactly what you're saying. That's
You're
what I
gonna
mean.
spend £600, dollars, whatever, in a better place for yourself if somebody was gonna donate it to you on your channel. Like them things there just show me like the maliciousness and some nasty intent behind it. Like as you said, it's not a fair playing field, is it?
No,
From
it's
the get
not.
go.
I don't think it is.
It's so sad, isn't it? And like when she was in jail last year, I don't understand what did she do to violate it?
Oh goodness, I actually don't know. Let me think. That was quite a while back now, wasn't it?
I just remember it being like their bank holiday weekend because I think it was Dorothy went live and spoke about it, and people was like, it meant that she'd be there all weekend. And I was thinking, oh my
Oh,
god,
that's so sad. I was so upset then, honestly. I mean, that was really upsetting to me, and also a husband who was so upset. You know, because they're together all the time. You know, so for him to have his wife, you know, oh, terrifying. Right, Marie, I'm gonna pop to the loo. I won't be a sec.
oh leave me. Go on then. Hi everyone. I've got nothing interesting to say. I'm hoping Trisha comes back because I'm sure everybody's sick of hearing me. Is Kelly still here? Sally wanted you to look at her community post. I forgot that too. What time is it where you are, everybody? You think it's Marie. We're here as well. I always feel like I just ramble on. Oh, Dave, I would get the whole channel shut down if I started to sing. Trust me. I really don't think my voice could even hold it up. 6:20 p.m. Saturday. Wow, you really are far behind. It's 1 a.m. Oh, thanks, crap. Do you understand me? Because a lot of people on the other side, those who don't watch me, they don't understand me but have a lot to say. It's quite confusing. But I do have an accent. I get that. Crammed.
Oh, thank you. I'm back.
In fact, you know what? I'm just going to mute myself because I need to blow my nose. My hay fever is killing me at the moment.
Oh,
And I decline singing a song to save your channel, Sagacious, because honestly, girl, the whole of your channel will get locked down if I start singing. Girl, I'll be 2 minutes and we'll come back.
oh dear. So it's been lovely to have a chat. What else have I seen on YouTube? Oh yeah, the only other thing that's happened in my little YouTube world is so it was about oh gosh, I don't know. I'm terrible at dates and when things happen, but probably a couple of weeks ago. And I said hello to Tiffany, and apparently Tiffany was like, "Oh, I've seen you in Lycans saying bad things about me." I was like, "Hey, when did that happen?" Don't remember that. So anyway, that was a bit weird. I just thought I'd bring that up because that was a bit weird. And then of course there was someone in there going, "Oh yeah, she was in Lycans talking about Granny." Nope, that never happened neither. But anyway, that was a bit bizarre. So that was a little bit of my YouTube life. I just thought it was a bit weird. So I was like, "What are you on about?" Ah, it's funny when people tell you you've been saying something, but you know you haven't.
I'm back.
Hello. Yeah, I was just saying that's the only other thing. So Tiffany had a live, and I was listening, and I just said hello or something, and she was like, they're all like, "Oh, Sagacious, she's been in Lycans talking shit about you, Tiffany," and Tiffany's like, "Yeah, I saw that." What did you see? Because I don't remember that. Not at all. Anyway,
Well,
that was weird.
I'm not. I don't. I don't like what I'm hearing. What she's doing to Lufa, and Lufa's my girl. So I just don't understand. I don't. It's not personal. Lufa's my friend. I don't know Tiff.
Yeah. Well,
Keep
I
away
don't
from her.
know because it was said in that chat. I was like, well, I just wrote a comment. I was like, well, fair dues. I don't remember that. If you'd like to give me a time it or whatever or what I said, but I know I never. But so I've not been back. I'm like, fair dues. I'm not around that often. So as I say,
But
Marie, my
you're
my
not that mankind.
my stance on things is if people want me in their chat, I'll be in your chat. If they don't, I won't. Simple as that. So if I'm not welcome, I'll just like see you later. It's not a biggie, not a big deal on my side.
But I mean, you're not the way inclined. You're not like you don't even say nasty things about people that you don't get on with. So I can't see you saying something about someone and going in their chat. That doesn't even make sense.
The thing is, if I'm not getting on with someone, there's a very, very valid reason. It's not because I've just picked someone out of a hat. There's a very, very valid reason and a backstory. There's an actual reason. I'm not gonna, dislike someone if they've not done anything to me personally. Why would I say anything negative about them? I only say anything negative about people when they're saying like you were going back earlier, when they've lied, blatantly lied about me, then obviously I'm gonna have something to say about it. But if people don't do anything to me, I'm good.
Yeah, you are. I totally agree. But even like when you have had to say something, you're not nasty. You're not a nasty person. You're not. I don't think so anyway. Um,
I really try not to be. I do have an inner bitch. I can be a bit bitchy, but I really try not to be like that even. But I can be. But it has to be someone that has been relentless. I'll let it go the first time, I'll let it go the second time, I'll let it go the third time, but the fourth, fifth, sixth time, then I get the eccles up and I start, and then I get a bit angry.
yeah, but you wouldn't go out your way, like that's what I mean. Like just to be nasty. I know.
No.
Um. Um. Oh, I don't know if to ask actually. Maybe.
If anyone else wants to pop up, feel free. We're just having a natter, aren't we? Really, we're
Yeah.
just sort of because I tell you what I do miss. Back in the day, and I was talking about back in the day. But when people used to go live back in the day, there'd be a lot of different people. We'd have different views, but we'd all chat it out together.
Yeah. All
Nowadays,
I see like
people
just
don't
having
talk
general
out.
conversations,
Yeah,
like
like Tea Up the other day, I saw a community post and she said, "Look, Noodle Bash, let's get on a live. I don't care where it is; it can be neutral, and let's have a conversation." You know, and that's what we would have done
saying.
back in the day.
I mean, I think I don't. I mean, if you've got nothing to hide and you've done nothing wrong, go and have the conversation, innit? But I mean, I say that there's two people that I would never talk to on a panel. or off, and that's because it got to the point where enough was enough, and no, you'll never ever ever get my time or energy, and what's the point? It's not going to benefit anybody.
Yeah. I'm trying
I
to
mean,
think. I think that I would, and it's been proven in the past because I've had some right barneys with people, but at least we hashed it out. But it's in the past. I have even people that really can't stand me. I'll still talk to them, and I'll still try and hash it out, even if they can't stand me. I'll still talk.
no, the thing is, I did do with a couple of people a couple of times. I mean, I'm not going into all the ins and outs, but as well, when things happen to my family, no, you'll never, no, no. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I would never. I, I'm not innocent, and I will address things, and I'll go back.
Yeah,
But I would never start something. I mean,
yeah.
I hope people think that, see that, but I mean, I'm sure they don't.
I mean, even
I don't
people
think,
big falling out with. Like my big fallout in the back in the day was with enough stuff, and even with her, I tried to sort it out. I will try and sort it out. But some people, as you say, when you've made the effort a few times and then it gets thrown back in your face, then you go, nah, fuck it. Do you know what I mean? No.
and I think it's got to the point, like, I mean, it's YouTube. I mean, I'll have, look, Robbie, for argument's sake, it was Easter weekend, and he thought I was being nasty to him elsewhere and called me a see you next Tuesday, this and that, blah, blah, blah. When I went in his chat, I just left, whatever, A couple of weeks ago, he commented, thank you for supporting Mrs. P. And he said he was sorry. I said, thank you. That's cool. I said, you can come over here, but please respect Ariana because them two had some arguments. And obviously, that's my friend. And how I look at it is, it's YouTube. It's not that deep. About having arguments. I can easily just people, It's YouTube.
Yeah, I get that too. Oh, Crafty do come up one time, definitely. Yeah, I get that too. I mean, sometimes because I used to, again, back in the day, I would come up maybe once or twice a week, Marie, and in recent times, I barely come up once a month. So I have stepped back a lot, a real lot.
But you did go through quite a bit. And, like, I'm not, you don't speak to Dave, do you? But you don't talk about him.
Oh, no, but I don't. The thing is, I don't, and I don't want anything to do, but which is my right.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
I don't speak about it. I don't make an issue of it. I
Mhm.
don't. I
Yeah.
don't. You know what I mean? I don't make content out of it. I just leave it. That's it. That's
Yeah.
left.
And do you know what as well? I mean, the people that do talk to him, they're cool with you, you cool with them. Do you know what I mean? But that whole situation and other things that happened, you went through a whole lot, didn't you? And it does make you not want to be around a lot, and
Well,
not
the
because
thing
of him,
is,
just the
I
general constant bullshit that goes on.
I made the
And
decision straight away to block, but not to tell anyone else what they have to do. I'm not
yeah,
gonna go to you or Sally Ann or Trisha or any of these people and say, "Well, you can't have him in there." I'm not gonna do that because it's not my right to do that.
mhm. I mean, I just don't. I've said this before. I don't think anyone should talk on that whole situation because of, not because of him. I don't agree with it. He knows that. Me going on saying I don't agree with it ain't going to change nothing. And there's other people that were involved in that situation,
Well, I
and
still
that's
get
still here.
constantly when
And I
people
just
like,
don't think it's Muslim.
yeah, I mean, there's people like Solo and London Girl that just go on and on and on and on and on. Oh, she supports this, she supports that. What more can I do? I blocked him. I'm not going to speak about him. End of. But they go on, 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 on. She supports this, she supports that. Oh, fuck off. I will
They
say
did it.
that while I'm here. Solo and London Girl, fuck all right off.
They was coming under the replay
They
the other
are
day.
literally, honest to God, them
They were
two,
saying the other day,
them two, honest to, right, anyway, I'm going to get myself in trouble here, but them two annoy me.
they said the other day that it was replay that were in real life, and I said to them, "Well, why are you only bringing this up now? Like, why? I don't understand why you even under this in Replay's channel talking about it. Where's, all of a sudden, well, you wasn't in a group chat with us, Maria. I says, no, I wasn't, but no group chat was mentioned. You just come here and keep saying things. And I mean, I'm speaking from an outside point of view. The story's changing. I'm getting confused. And if you're so adamant you don't like people going real life, why are you sitting around people that do? Like, I don't understand where this is coming from. And then they said that was just being nasty, saying Replay was this and that because she wouldn't talk to them and people support him and da 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 da. And we're all cozying up with a drunken LPM. And I said to them clearly, don't put me in a category. Everyone knows that me and LPM had issues. But also, I don't think that people keep needs to go on about her drink because, yeah, she has a drink
See,
and
I've
she
always LMP. I've always had a soft spot for LMP. I just have. I don't.
she's
Sometimes you just get a soft spot for people, don't you? And I just, for me, I think she's a little bit vulnerable. Very, very funny. She can be very, very funny, and I have a soft spot for LMP.
yeah, I don't think she's a malicious person.
No, she
And
isn't. She isn't.
and
She's
my
she's
point
not
is,
a bad person.
people use her drink when it suits them, but when they're friends with her, it's okay that she drinks. So if you clearly aren't a friend or don't have a problem, do you know what I mean? Like, I just think that people have used her to somewhere. Me and her have had our differences. She said sorry. She's not a friend. She wasn't, but we're civil. It's okay. It's no big. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I think
But
she's not. The thing is, I think she's not a bad person. She just isn't. At the end of the day, she's not.
I don't think she is in that way. I do think she can be messy sometimes. I've told her and she knows that. But I've also stuck up for her when people are using her drink. Like what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you can't say one day, "Oh, well, you can come up on my channel," but then the next day, "Oh no," I don't know. Anyway, but I have a little soft spot for Olympic. It's just sometimes you have soft spots for people, and I just
Yeah,
just do.
yeah. And I was not trying to run her. I was saying like the double standards of solo and that the other day. Like it was okay when she was drunk, saying what drinking or whatever, saying what she was saying when she was on panel when it suited you. But now she's not. You want to bring it up? That's not. You're making yourself look silly.
Yeah, I think them two people particularly are just little shit stirrers in my eyes. But yeah,
Yeah, I don't know them like that, but I'm starting to see that sagacious.
mm,
And also, I told them, you're blaming LPM now, but when it all shit at the fan, you sided with her and she was okay. Then
yeah,
it's
no,
their double.
they're shit stirrers. They do like the drama and all that sort of stuff.
See, and I think that's just showing like people's true colours eventually show, like noodles. I mean, look how many people are seeing and speaking out, and not in a nasty way, just
That's what I
speaking out.
mean. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Is that if you put it out publicly and people disagree with what you're saying, they're allowed to disagree with you. It doesn't mean to say you're being harassed. It doesn't mean to say you're being bullied. It means these people are looking at it and going, "That's not right."
And if you had multiple people, even people that you were once friendly with, like, when do you wake up and think, I might be the problem? Not everybody can be wrong.
Ah, look, Crafty says, I used to think much of LMP, but as time went on, I began to like her more. Just like it was like I felt about Marie. And now I love, love, love Marie. I think she's a great person. Oh,
See, and that's like Craft came apologizing to me, and I was like, was she really saying sorry? Look, I never really seen if she did say anything bad about me before, but if she did, it's only because she didn't hear the other side of the story. You know what I mean? Like, it happens. I don't hold things against people.
no, I know. And actually, there was someone from the old community again, and in replays actually, and she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, sagacious. I think I might have said some bad things, a long time ago." I said, "Honestly, I don't remember because I was getting a lot worse. Honestly, it's fine by me. Don't worry about it, please. Don't worry. But I really try not to hold grudges if it's just a chatter getting." You can see the chatters. They're getting told things by creators that come together like a group of people, and they're getting told things about someone, of course they're going to believe it, aren't they? Why would they not believe it? You know.
Exactly that.
So, I understand when chatters just can go along with something and just defending their friends, the creators that they really enjoy, talking to. And the creators are saying, oh, for example, me, oh, Sigit is a terrible person. Of course they can go, yes, she is, she's terrible, because they're friends with them. So I don't hold grudges with people like that. I might hold a little grudge with people that have been absolutely relentless, and know what they're doing and just being really, really horrid for no reason. But
Mhm.
just chatters going along to go, yeah, 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 yeah. I don't hold grudges for that.
I've seen as well. I mean, I've been through it. I've been accused of things which haven't been me, and people have believed the X, Y, and Z. And even like, who was it the other day? Someone that I speak to, a friend who said, "This account is this person," and I went, "Have you seen proof?" I think they thought I was being funny, but I wasn't. I mean, you can believe and think as much as you want, but unless you've got proof, you can't say nothing because it is your word against theirs, and you're only gonna look. It's only gonna bring you drama unless you can bring the proof. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's got me in trouble before because I've been like close to people and they've said, "Oh, this, that, and that," and I said, "Well, I've not seen it. I've not seen this and that and that and that." And so I'm the same as you. And even the people that I'm close to, I still want to see it for myself.
But it's like you're.
Because they might have heard something. Someone might have told. They're not lying to me. I'm not saying they're lying to me. I'm saying that
Mhm.
they might have been told something which isn't true, and
Yeah,
they're relaying it to me. So unless I see it for myself, I'm not going to believe it.
I'm with you, and you're only looking out for that person too, making sure that they're not just being told a spin of a story.
Well, exactly, yeah. So I'm definitely like that. Like if someone comes to me and says, "Oh, such and such, such and such," well, where do I see that? Point me to the video. Give me a timestamp. Do you know what I mean? Let me see it for myself.
Oh yes, sagacious. I need a timestamp because I am watching that long way.
And when it's got a live like 3 hours long and say, "Oh, this was said," you're like, "Oh, fucking hell, I'm not gonna scroll through 3 hours."
And you know what I say to people? Unless you see me in that live, I ain't watched it. Like, I
Yeah,
really don't know.
and that's what I get as well is like people who don't like me and they say, "Oh, I saw you in such and such chat." And they go, "Oh, that creator said something in 2018." And you're like, "What the fuck?" Do you know what I mean? What's that got to do with fucking anything? I'm not responsible for what they said in 2018 just because I'm in someone's chat. Do you know what I
I
mean?
can't
Like
remember what happened last
I
week.
always say now I'm responsible for what I say. If I go in someone's chat and say hello, that does not mean I support everything they've ever said and done in the last 20 years. I mean, it just doesn't.
Right. That's another problem. I can't stand with people. And these people, and there's several people out there, so I'm not going to name anyone, but they're supporting something that they didn't support a few months ago because their friends change.
Yeah,
That blows
it's
my
funny,
mind.
isn't it, when friendships change? And I have to say, right, I don't want to. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure Laurie will go mental, but I'm a bit disappointed with Laurie, right? I stuck up for her for ages. I thought she was a mate, right? And been nothing but kind to the woman. And as soon as Joe and I went our separate ways, within days, oh, saggy, slaggy, saggy this, saggy that, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what the fuck? And that didn't take long, did it? I did fuck all to her, fuck all to the woman. And as soon as we're in separate camps, if you like, that's it. I thought, what the hell? I've done absolutely nothing to her.
Unfortunately, I am not, I wasn't, and wouldn't be one bit surprised. Honestly, like, that's just how she's, but again, you wouldn't have known that, you know?
She put a CP about me, and in one of the commenters in there was probably from the old community, and they called me a slag, and she just left it. Like the fact is, I wouldn't have left that if someone come in my chat right now and went, "Laurie's a right slag," I'd delete it. But she
I
just
would
left
too.
it. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck? I've done nothing to the girl.
Well, I think you were friends with them when this other incident happened. I'm not saying you supported it or knew about it, but you were friends. The other lady called JD, yeah.
See, JD's lovely. Like, I like JD. I mean, she doesn't come around here anymore, but JD's a free spirit and she
I
does whatever.
don't know her, but she called me at Nonce.
No, she did. She would ne that's not
I've got the proof, Sagacious. I've got the proof, right? And
that's
I didn't.
not something I would think that she would say.
I promise you, it happened. You know what? This happened. I didn't say nothing because I just didn't know her. Right, months passed. She was in Sally's a few months ago, and I don't know how it got brought up. And then I said to her, like, you were that you. She'd said it, and I wasn't nasty about it. I was saying to her, I think like how it made me feel, or just that she said that off the back of believing what somebody else said, right, and used that word is disgusting. She
Like,
denied it.
that has
Sally
shocked me.
gave her the proof.
I've
Sally gave her the proof, and she wouldn't even say sorry.
I've known JD since the What's Day. She goes back to the olden days, and she's very very opinionated. She says what she says, but from a good place. I've always known her come from a good place. That has shocked me. I wouldn't have thought that she would have said something
I
like that.
was honestly like, from what I've seen of her about, and I don't know much about her, I've never seen her to come across as a nasty person. But and even when I brought it up and I went on Sally's panel and she was in the chat and I was saying to her like, all you have to do is say sorry, like it's okay. I'm not here having a go at you. I'm just saying like that was a bit strong and I can't remember what the other person on the panel said for her to write in the chat. But she wouldn't even say sorry. She was making excuse upon excuse. And
That's
that got me worse. Like I was like,
yeah.
you
That
know,
has really,
that's
like I say, I've known her for years and years, and that has really shocked. Well, I mean, we're not particularly friends now because she's good friends with Amber and all that. So she supports them guys, which is fair enough. Do you know what I mean? I always say, you go support who you want to support. It's not none of my business. I've never known her to be. Yeah, I wouldn't. If you was to ask me, do you think this lady would have said something like that? I'd say absolutely not. No. Yeah, it's
I
probably.
mean, I just think that word as well. Like there was Americans in the chat and Sally's, they didn't understand what it was. And then they went and Googled, come back and they was like, oh my like and whatever. Obviously you can imagine whose chat she was in when she said it. But for I can't even think that they said something for her to say like that bad of a word. Like,
No,
where
I
did that
can't. Are you sure it wasn't like an old, a clone
I
or something
promise you,
like
I'll
that?
get. Do you know what? I'll send you Sally Ann's live tomorrow. I
Hmm.
promise you. I promise. I promise.
Are you sure it wasn't a clone? Because these clones,
Nope, nope. And she didn't even say that herself. Ugh, she just was like, I can't remember what she said when she come into Sally's chat about it. But I was just mentioning like how people easily can believe what other people say about someone, and
yeah,
um,
it is
I
a
can't
problem.
remember what she.
It is a problem, and because there's a lot of behind the scenes going on, and people chat to each other, and some people believe what they're told, which is unfortunate. Because sometimes when someone says something about me, and I go, "What the fuck? Where's that come from?" And I obviously think, well, someone's obviously chatting to me behind the scenes and said some rubbish. But it's unfortunate. But because I'm not in group chats, I'm not behind the scenes chatting to everybody. I'm not really there to defend myself, so I can't really say, "Oh,
Um,
actually, that's not true," or "That's not true." I can only say that when I see it publicly.
it was like somebody the other day, well, a couple of weeks back, saying, "Oh yeah, Sally was drunk. She was clearly not." And then other people in the comments, yes, obvious, hitting the button. I'm like, you all just what? Or did you just listen to what I was listening to, or like they just run with it?
Yeah, they do run with it. Like, yeah, I get it a lot, honestly, saying, "Oh, Sagacious does this, does the other," and I'm like, what the hell are you all about? Like, literally, like, oh, I don't know. But it only takes a few people to come together and repeat the same thing, and other people believe it, and it's a snowball effect. You know, it's just,
Uh-huh.
I guess that's just YouTube, I guess. But if I see it publicly, then I will come out and say, no, that's not true.
Yeah, if it
That
happens on a public platform, like you're putting it out there for people's opinion, and actions and words have consequences. If you know, I always say as well, like never say anything to anybody private that you wouldn't say public. Then
Mm,
you can never go wrong.
yeah. So I'm just so pleased that I've never been one for group chats or anything like that.
I
So
don't-
I don't sit here with any fear that someone's going to come out and go, well, I'm going to, Sagacious said this in this chat 20 years, 3 years ago, isn't it? Because I just don't do it, and I've never done it, thank goodness.
Well, I think that somebody, well, some people assumed the other day that I was in a group chat with Mrs. P. I don't know. I've emailed, exchanged some emails with her. I don't do group chats, and I don't know where I would because I don't do. I'm not on Facebook. Oh, whilst I'm here, um, I think there might be a clone of me on Facebook trying to add people. I will never be on Facebook. It
I
is
don't do
never going to be
Facebook.
me.
My Facebook, I shut it down. Put it to friends only because of YouTube. The only reason I did it was because of YouTube. I put it to friends only about 3 years ago. And even if I'm really close to someone from YouTube, I won't add them on Facebook because on my Facebook there's my friends and family and everything on there. So I don't cross over. So I will never have someone from YouTube, even if I really, 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 really like the person. I won't have. I can do WhatsApp because there's nothing on there, that they can,
Yes,
So if someone wants to get in touch with me, I don't mind, doing WhatsApp. I'm happy doing that, but I would never add someone to Facebook at all.
I'm like that with Instagram. Like nothing to do with YouTube. Friends and family only. Not even if you're friends with me on YouTube, are you gonna get on my Instagram? Sorry, no, because that's my own personal details, and then you can't blame anybody if anything come out. I've got Twitter, which is public, and that's it. I've got an email just for YouTube, and yeah, I've got WhatsApp. I don't mind that because I just take people off my stories unless you're friends and family.
So I've not even I've got an email for YouTube. I've not checked it in about 2 months. I mean, I used to get about 1 or 2 emails a week, and then it went to about once a week, and then it's about once a month. So now it's very rare I do get an email. So I haven't checked it for ages. So goodness knows, I might have a check after this live. I might have a check and see what's there. So if anyone has emailed me in the last 2 months, I've not seen it. 'Cause I've not checked it because I don't get enough to check. So
My emails have been a little bit busy this week. Lord.
I should really check it. There might be there might be someone on there going, bloody hell, I emailed you a month ago. You didn't bloody reply. It's just because I don't get very many now, Marie. I don't get enough to check. So,
Yeah.
because I only come live about once a month, if that. So obviously I'm not going to get many emails. So
I
it's not
mean,
because
you
I've been
don't
rude
know
to
anymore.
anyone. I just haven't looked.
Um, I'm sure. Actually, go and check your emails. Maybe you've been sent the same emails that Noodle Mash got sent about me.
Oh, actually,
Oh,
people
I mean,
also, and I said this back in the day, I used to get a lot of people say, can I send you this, can I send you that? And I was like, no, don't send me anything. I want to keep it on YouTube. I don't want to be sent anything. You can email me and say, hi, did you see such and such, something like that. But when people send, because sometimes it's not for good reasons. I've had in the past, they've sent me something just to try to put someone else in shit. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, I just don't send me it. Just don't send me it 'cause, yeah.
Craft, you're a cute person. You're always so nice to everybody. She's another person like you never see her be nasty.
Never, 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 never. Yeah, yeah.
Because I remember when that stuff with Dave went down, and I remember I commented to you a few times, Sagacia as well, and Craft. I just wanted to see if you're okay because I didn't need to know the ins and outs, but
Yeah.
you lost a friend and whatever it was a shock. Do you know what I mean? And the way it all come out,
It was
it
a real
was
shock.
nice.
I was literally probably the last to know in YouTube land. Like a lot of people knew before I did. I was probably the last to know. And in fact, I still wouldn't have known that day. But me and Dora hadn't spoken for ages. We'd fallen apart by then. And she reached out to me and said, Sagacious, I'm pissed off. No one's told you. You need to know. And thank God she
Yeah.
did. So,
No, honestly. So people went publicly before you knew.
um, so yeah, I think I was the last to know. Like the last to know. So everyone knew before I did. Everybody knew before I did. And it was only because Jora was like, "Look, this is stupid. Everyone knows except for you." And so she reached out to me and told me.
Yes, actually, I do remember because I was remember thinking like you should have been told privately before it got brought public. It wasn't fair that you found out that way. I just think the whole situation was handled shitty, but
Mm. Yeah, it was certainly a shock. I'll say that.
for real, you know. And I mean, to him too, that it all come out. Like, I mean, I can't. He didn't lie to people about it, but how do you tell people that? I mean, I don't know. I think it was a new situation for any of us, and how do you navigate through that? It's not something you come
Yeah,
across every day.
yeah.
You know, you just got to deal with it how
I
it
think
comes.
for
And,
me, the only thing I could take away again, is, rubber stamped, is you don't know anyone on here. You don't know anyone you're speaking to on here.
uh-huh,
And the thing
it's
is,
true.
I don't look at people's backgrounds. Like when I see people in chat, I don't want to know your personal story, your personal life story. I'm not interested unless you come out and say it. I don't want to look people up and do background checks of everyone I speak to. I'm not going to do it, Marie. I don't. You know what I mean?
I agree. I
So,
totally agree. I wouldn't
so
either.
obviously, I've not. I've not. I don't do it. I don't do background checks, and
I just,
you know,
as well. I mean, tell me to shut up if this is a bit much. I don't understand, like, what made, I don't know who started the process of thinking or wanting to look, but what made someone want to look his cut? Do you know what I mean? Like, where did that come from? Do we know them answers? Who we ever? I don't know.
I
But I
don't.
just think it's bizarre to think all of a sudden that you randomly think one of your friends is a criminal. That, do you know what I mean?
Well, the thing was, what I will say, because I don't particularly want to talk about it, because I've said I'm not going to. Do you know what I mean?
Sorry, sorry. Oh,
But what,
so good.
well, but what I will say is that when I first found out, I was like, no, it can't be true. Look what happened to Rabbit Dog? Do you know what happened with Rabbit Dog? So a
Yeah.
Rabbit Dog, anyway, there was this news article, and it was his real name, but it wasn't him. So I was like, well, maybe it's just the same name, maybe it's not even him. Do you know what I mean? So my first reaction was, how was do you know what I mean? Was like it could be a mistake, Anyway, I don't want to go too much further because
Yeah, and sorry, I
I
just didn't
don't.
know. Probably, like, I just don't know, like, what went on for it to get like that. You know what I mean? But everyone, people who done it and who was involved, they know, and it's only Dave that deserves to know. I guess we don't really need to. It's none of our business.
Yeah. Oh, Crafty, is mine sound making a noise as well? Oh dear.
Oh, it's
Crafty's
probably
saying I'm making a funny noise as well.
it's YouTube.
Yeah. Do you know, Marie? So I went live. I don't know, maybe it was a month or two ago, and I tried to go live, and it said I'd lost my stream. I hadn't been on for ages, so I set up a new one, and then I went to go live today on my new one, and then I could log into my old one. It's all bizarre to me. So I've logged into my old one, which it's got my avatar back, which I'm really happy about. Anyway,
I mean, I don't even know how to change mine. I don't know how that picture got there because it was. I just think it was my old YouTube picture, but
yeah, because they've
I
changed it.
don't.
I don't know. I can't keep up, but
I can just about get on here, Sagacious. I
I,
mean,
it took me. I know it was like it was quite a drama. Me just coming live tonight because my StreamYard had changed again, and I was like, oh my god. But anyway,
Sally from her StreamYard put a link in the chat to when you clicked on it, it took you straight to somebody else's live. But
oh,
she She did put the wrong link in the chat. So everybody, now you just need to click the link now.
Go
It was
live.
donations, and you can just click on it, and everyone will go there. Go in there saying, what was it? What is it? She was saying, say it's a Sally something, a
Oh
Sally
yeah.
name.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And then instead of putting Lycans, link in the chat, she put that Eli's. Everybody clicked
Ah!
on it.
Oh my god, that's funny now. That
I
is
was
so
like,
funny.
because I don't watch either of them, I've clicked on it. I'm like, hang on.
Where am I?
Yeah, because I have seen Logan like stream that other man in the past, so I'm like, is he stream? What's going on? And I'm looking in the chat, and I'm thinking, why are some people here saying Sally? And then obviously some people clicked on and didn't
Yeah.
comment, and then I seen the other side. I'm like, well, I'm coming out of here. See you later. Went to
Oh
my bed,
my god. Oh bless her. Oh bless her. That's
and she was all proud of herself. You can do this now. You can just direct people.
oh god. Me and technology do not get on. You don't even know how hard it is just for me doing this little bit. Yeah. I find it so hard, all this technical stuff.
Oh, sagacious. I can hear you fine.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know, honestly.
Do you know as well? Don't you think comments are playing up as well on YouTube?
Yeah, because YouTube update all the time, don't they? I have certain blocked words. So
How
sometimes,
do you do that?
okay, so you have to do it. See, it's changed. It's all changed again, but you can do it. You've got. Have you got a YouTube studio? Yeah, you will have,
Yeah.
of course you have.
Yeah.
So you find it in there.
Oh
Um,
god.
it's a bit of a palaver, but you can find it. And then you just literally type in the word you want blocked on your channel. And if
Mm.
anyone says that word, because sometimes when I've fallen out with a creator, I don't really like to say it because she's passed away now. But anyway, this creator literally dragged me to book. But anyway, and I didn't want to back and forth, so I blocked her name. So if anyone was to say her name in my chat, the comment didn't even come up. It was really handy.
Oh,
And I've
I'll have
blocked,
to
I've,
look at that.
I've blocked the rudest of words, like CUNT and all that sort of stuff. I've blocked them words as well, and the racial words that begin with N and things
I
like that.
don't think
They're
YouTube
all
allows
blocked. So
sorry,
if anyone came in my chat with these really rude words, the comment wouldn't even come up. You wouldn't even see it.
I mean I think that YouTube actually um prevents certain words now as well.
But yeah, it's really good. Like sometimes if people are trying to cause shit and
Mm.
they know that you're not getting on with a certain person or a certain creator, they'll start putting their name in. Well, you can just block that name so that that's never going to come. And also, it doesn't just block it in chat; it will block it. When you're not, when you've got like I come live once a month, so I'm not watching my channel all the time. So also, they can't put it in comments under your videos. Like the words are blocked under your videos as well.
Yeah, that's good. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was thinking that, but then I know like people will still you can spell the word in a different way. Do you know what I mean? I just think YouTube needs to do a little bit better as well on their platform as a whole.
Well, they are updating all the time, aren't they? They're updating all the time and they're changing things all the time. And also, um, they are cracking down because a few years back, people could basically, it was a free for all, could say anything. And now people are losing monetization. If they keep breaking the rules, they're losing the monetization and things like that.
How did Natasha lose her channel like where it got to the point where she shouldn't really be there or she can't get monetized? I don't understand what she did
Yeah,
so bad.
originally, I think it was called sexual content, I think it was. And I think that was probably when she was playing that video of that fella with his dingy dong out, probably.
Oh,
Do you remember
I
that?
don't know. No.
She used to play this video of this fella. It was quite funny actually. But anyway, he had this thing out and he was playing musical instruments with it, so it could have been something to do with that.
Sounds like something off Britain's Got Talent. Um, oh, well, I don't think Sagacious I saw the over 18 content from this week.
No. Oh, wait, no. Hold on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Is it the personal picture? Someone I haven't seen it. Thank the fucking Lord.
I didn't
Not
see it
not
on
seen
that.
it. Was it about the personal picture someone put up, which I've not
Mhm.
seen? Thank God.
And yeah, yep. And before when people share other people's, or like when people come on a StreamYard and put inappropriate pictures as like their avatar. Like
Yeah.
I'm not saying we don't know who's done it, but people do that knowing that you can get your channel shut down.
Yes, because that's what they did to Britney originally, Britney J. So when this is years ago. When people started having peen screens, that was for that reason. And they did it to Britney. She had a screen that didn't quite cover enough, and then so they did that, and then she got flagged, and they do it on purpose.
See, that's so bad. That's why I don't let nobody on my StreamYard or share the link because I can't check before letting them up. I don't
Mm.
know how to do that.
I used to, do you know, Marie? Right, I haven't recently, but when I used to do live about twice a week, I had people backstage. When you let someone backstage and the public can't see them, but you can see them backstage. Yeah, so they're in your little box backstage in StreamYard, yeah. So you haven't let them up. No one can see publicly. I've had people come backstage with knives, with serrated knives, making stabbing motions. They've got in my back chat saying, I'm going to stab you, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to rape your children, and all this sort of stuff. I've had everything thrown at me, Marie.
Shit. See, I've never put my link in the chat. So, do you think that random people, or people that know, like people from YouTube that, do you know what I mean? Oh,
And
some
I've been,
people are.
there was twice someone came backstage with their thingy out, been peen bombed twice, but I saw them backstage get rid of them, and they didn't come. But yeah, they've tried everything, and I'm like, you know,
It's so bad.
yeah. Not recently, I have to say, which is quite good. But certainly there was a period of time it was happening all the time. And they were using people's names. So say say we've got Craftastic in chat now, they would
Yeah.
come up as Craftastic and put so it looked like someone else. And then they'd come on screen and do whatever they wanted to do with the knives and things like that.
I mean, I don't know how people have got the time, to be
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wait, what do they think you're going to do? Hi, come on up.
Yeah. Hi, come on up. Yeah, as if.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You should have directed them to OnlyFans.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been pretty bad, but there doesn't seem to be as much as that, thank God, recently. Yeah, honestly, Crafty, they've done everything. But I mean, most of the not, because obviously there was a big thing about it because they were doing it to a couple of creators, and they worked out that one of them was in Australia, so I didn't worry about that too much because that's very far away from me.
Oh, I don't get people. I really just don't. Sorry, I'm just moving stuff around. I just think when people create these like old accounts.
Yes, I don't like alt accounts either. Like even if it's against someone else. Like so someone might say, "Oh well, you're not getting on with such and such," and they'll put their name in, and Alton thinking, "Oh, I'll embrace it." Well, I don't. I say, "No, I don't like it. I wouldn't like it if it happened to me on someone else's channel." So I'm not gonna let that happen either. Mm.
I mean, I want people to know what I'm saying.
Well, I do, and I don't have. I swear, I have one backup channel, and I think it's called Sagacious 2.0 or something like that. I mean, it's very obvious it's me, but it's a backup channel, which I've had to use before. But I'm very clear it's me. I don't, if I've got something to say, I'm very happy to say it's me.
Uh-huh. I've got my other account, which is called Queen Marie. But everybody knows it's me too. And the picture is of a queen playing card, but instead of like hearts or spades, it's got ganja leaves.
It's what?
Got ganja leaves.
Oh,
So people want to me.
well,
Wow.
I'll tell you what's exciting in my real life at some point. Just to change the subject. But I was thinking, because it's not going to happen just yet, it'll be a few months' time, but I'm going to get a new dog. So I bet that all my videos and pictures will be about that probably soon.
My dog was 8 the other day.
Oh, happy birthday.
I posted pictures of her on my community post.
So I lost my Charlie 3 years ago now, I think. Maybe
What dog is it?
2 years ago. My dog Charlie, I had him for 13 years. And we're all so devastated. I mean, it's taken me quite a while to get over it. Well, I'm not even over it actually. Not that anyone's on my Facebook, but my top picture on my Facebook is still my Charlie dog. I can't. I just. My daughter, who's 24, is getting a tattoo of Charlie's face. I mean, we loved him. I mean, we absolutely adored him. So that was devastating. But it's been a couple of years now, and we'll never forget him. He's always in our lives. But I think it's time. I think it's time to get another doggy.
What dog was it? What breed?
Oh, Charlie was a Jack Iranian, so half Jack Russell and half Pomeranian.
Oh,
He was so cute. Yeah, ever so cute.
I've got a chihuahua.
Oh, well, I'm thinking my next dog might be a Maltipoo.
What?
They're like poodles, but really really small.
Oh, so
Quite
cute.
yappy. They're quite yappy, but it's fun, loving, and full of beans and just fun. So I think that's the breed I might go for.
I've got a tiny blue male chihuahua. And she's like,
I really do miss. I mean, I bet she's like your best friend, and like Charlie was all our best friend. He was our best friend. He was our family. He was such an important member of our family.
most definitely, I'd be lost without her.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only time. I mean, I've lost my son. I've lost my grandparents. I've lost my parents. And yes, it's all very upsetting. I'm really upset, but of course, obviously, I'm traumatized. That when I lost my son, I couldn't leave the house for about 3 fucking years. So I'm absolutely traumatized. But when I lost Charlie, the wailing that came out of my mouth, and I've never wailed like that before because I'm normally quite introvert like that. I'm quite stiff upper lip, very English, stiff upper lip. But with Charlie, when he died, for about 2 days, I couldn't stop wailing. Like this loud thing was coming out of my mouth, bawling, wailing, crying. I couldn't stop. I could not stop it for about 2 days.
I can't imagine that day.
Awful, absolutely awful. It just, I think it's because they're so innocent, aren't they? They're so innocent, so loving, so loyal. And they're by your side constantly. Like literally, wherever I went, he was there. He was by my side. So to lose
It's
him.
just their presence as well. Like you say, you lose other family members and stuff, but they're not a constant presence like your doggies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the run of the house. He went where I went. He slept on my bed. He was just there constantly for 13 years. And it's big, massive loss.
Changing the subject again. Sorry, I just seen a notification. Have you seen about this doctor from this celebrity doctor from the UK who's missing in Greece?
I have, yeah, because he went for a walk in the beating sun, didn't he? And he was walking with an umbrella over his head, and then he decided to go off piste and went off track, didn't he? And then is it third day now?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I'm just reading this. So I did see them initially say they thought he might have fell off a cliff or something, like the rocks or whatever. But then some CCTV captured him. I think that's what you're on about with the umbrella.
Yes.
But now they're searching, thinking that he's in it. He might have fell into a cave and he's trapped.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
I know they're throwing everything at it, aren't they? They've got drones, they've got everyone looking for him, and
It's the cave that is called the Abyss.
oh my God, is that just happened now? Is that just like breaking news? Or?
Yeah, do you want me to read it? It says the efforts in the network of caverns and endless underwater tunnels found no trace of the TV medic, but his wife has found the family will not lose hope. Speaking yesterday, but I think they mean like Saturday, because it's Sunday now, isn't it?
Yeah, for the UK, it's tipped over to Sunday now, hasn't it? Because we're after midnight. Oh my God. I mean, there's still hope, of course. If you're family, you're gonna hold hope because he might have got shelter somewhere. He might just broken his leg and just waiting for someone to be to rescue him. I'm not sure if you're muted, but yeah, I don't know if anyone else has been following that. Um, oh my goodness,
Did I mute myself?
I think so. I'm not sure. Yeah, I have been following that. It's, I mean, he was just on his holiday. He was just going for a walk. Obviously, it was really, really, really hot that day, and his family said he likes to go off the normal beaten track. Oh yeah,
But it's like very like rocky and that around there, and but it's not that big of an area. So, and they've had helicopters out. You would have thought that
yeah. They've got
you would
helicopter
have been there.
lots of drones out. Drones with cameras on, and they're doing all that. I tell you what's scary in the UK, Marie. Have you found this? And Bones, I don't know if you know Bones. She does more TikTok now, but she's been following it. All have you seen on your news feed how many deaths there are in rivers? So someone goes missing. The
Stop
public
doing
river.
investigations.
Have you
And
seen that?
people, do you think that Nicola, is it Nicola Bully?
Yeah.
Do you think that's all legit? So I don't think that all adds up.
What was that case again? You'll have to remind me.
The initial woman who was in the river.
Oh right, yeah, I've got you. I've got you. But like literally, I'm on Facebook, and I'm not. I don't even go on Facebook very often now, because it's a bit old hat, isn't it? I check it every now and again. But every news feed is, oh, someone went missing, found in a river. Someone went missing, found in a river. Someone went missing,
And
found
it's
in a river.
women of a certain
So many
age as
of
well.
them. Yeah, but Bones is following that. She does that. She actually has a true crime channel, but I believe she does more TikTok now. But she's actually studying it and looking into that because there's so many.
Yeah. And you see that first lady that went in the river, not the first ever, but you know what I mean? That big case. There's something to
There's been
do with her work. Yeah, and something to do with her work, and they've linked it to a couple of the other people who have passed. I have seen a lot of these things on TikTok. I don't know if it's that person you're talking about, but I have seen people talk about it on TikTok.
yeah, there's so many. I'm just like,
And women of a certain age group as well.
yeah,
I'm
that's
missing.
bizarre. I mean, there's always been the odd one, isn't it? And you think, oh, maybe they've got really drunk and fallen in a river. But there's so many at the moment. There must be something more to it.
Sorry. Do you remember that initial story as well? Like, this the diver man couldn't find her, the expert that knew what, and
Yeah.
then they found her just in the bushes. Like, how did they miss it? I don't believe the
Oh
whole thing stunk.
yeah.
I mean, it's like Madeline McCann thing. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't.
That's in the news again. They said they found some emails that linked the German suspect or something.
What do you think about that, Sagacious?
Well, personally, I think that the parents didn't do it, but I do think that they should have been done for neglect. No one should be leaving babies in a hotel room on their own.
If it was somebody from a council estate over here, as soon as they got back, social services would have been on their case.
Mhm.
The child, the other children probably would have been took. Things would have definitely been handled different. But I also think that the Portuguese police made a lot of errors.
Well, let's put
In
it this way. Just the other day, I've been doing a lot in my garden. I've been like doing obviously since it's summer. I've been doing a lot of gardening and things like that. And there was an old tent which my daughter had bought my grandson about a year or two ago, and obviously it's fallen to bits and it's in the back garden. I'm like, look, you need to get rid of this tent. I want rid of it. And I said, I'll help you. Anyway, so my grandson had gone down for a nap. So he's down in his bedroom, and he when he goes down for an afternoon nap, he goes for at least an hour minimum, probably an hour and a half, but at least an hour. And I said, oh, my grandson's asleep. Come outside now and come and help me get rid of this old tent, and we'll squish it up or whatever. We'll put it in a bin bag and put it in the bin. And she said, oh no, she said, I can't leave Archie on his own in his bedroom, even to the garden for 10 minutes. She wouldn't. So how they think it's okay to leave three babies, and my grandson's nearly 3. She wouldn't even go to the garden for 10 minutes. She said, "Oh no, I'll have to wait till he wakes up and you know." So how they thought it was okay to leave these babies of 2 and 3 years old alone for hours, I don't know.
on holiday as well, like it's just crazy. I agree. And they had us like a babysitter service apparently at the hotel complex, and they didn't use that. Why?
Well, exactly. And the thing is, they had an adult holiday with 3 babies. So when they got up in the morning, they gave their kids breakfast, and then they went and put all the kids in like a kids club all day.
Did
Put the,
they?
they put the babies in kids club from morning through till like about tea time. They picked them up at tea time, then they got them, give them something to eat, got them showered, clean, got them back and put them to bed. They hardly even saw the kids. They
And
put they put them in. Oh,
sorry,
hi,
you know that.
everyone. Do you know what I mean? So they weren't. Do you know what I mean? It's like, why take your children on holiday and not even be with them? So they weren't with them all day and they weren't with them all night. Now to me that's suspicious. Because when I had my babies, I wanted to be with them and check that they're okay 24/7. I wouldn't have left them for a minute.
Oh, oh my God! Did you see? Yeah, in your chat?
Mm,
1 minute.
okay. Yeah, so I find all that very odd, leaving 2 and 3-year-olds alone for hours and then I
My
don't know.
nephew's gonna be 3, like next week.
Oh,
I don't even go down. When you were saying that, I was just thinking about it. Like, if he's at our house and he can be upstairs with me, and he wants something from downstairs, like a snack or a drink or whatever, I bring him with me, like down the stairs.
well, exactly. She wouldn't even leave like to the garden. He was fast asleep. He'd just gone down. He was gonna go. He'd be asleep for at least another hour, and he was like, "No, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving the house even to the garden for 10 minutes." So,
Sagacious, Maryland in your chat.
sorry.
Maryland in your chat.
Yeah, who's that?
I know Maryland, but I'm sure she doesn't have 21 next to it.
Oh,
So
is that
I'm just wondering.
is that someone not?
Maryland, tell me something that I'll know about each year.
Do you think that's not him?
I don't. I haven't seen her for a while, and
Marie, you've got you're a moderator in here. So if
I'm looking on StreamYard, Sagacious, so I'm not looking on
uh,
YouTube. Don't confuse me, girl. Craft can you look at the channel and see when it was created?
yeah, 6th of October 2021.
Oh, it probably. Do you know what? Like I just can't remember her having 21 next to it.
Yeah, you just get paranoid on here, don't you? You get
Yeah.
paranoid on here.
Do you know what else is sagacious? That person, that is their new name. And
Ah,
I was in someone else before, and I would never like say that to them. Like she knows I would never say her name.
yeah.
But then also I was thinking, is somebody cloning her?
Yeah, of course, because you just don't know. You get paranoid. Here. Also, these people that clone people, and so you have to be so careful, don't you?
And with the 21 next to it, I was thinking, oh, but she's a good person. Anyway, hi girl, I hope you're okay. It's been a long time. I hope you came here because of my community post.
Oh, it's nice to see you.
I've known this person a long time before, like I know Lorraine and CJ came around, like
Oh.
from the beginning of the Ingham days. You know about Chris Ingham.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know a lot, but I know just from what you guys have spoken about, but not. I haven't looked into them or anything like
Well,
that.
today I was sent a video. I don't think you will know Dougal, Sagacious, but Maryland will know Dougal. He used to do lots of videos about the Inghams.
Ah,
Well, he posted a video today of a different person, uh, a young adult with autism, but it was a very serious video. I'm bringing saying the autism the for reference after. He's made a video threatening to kill Chris Ingham and saying he wants to hire a hitman. Like it's a serious thing.
bloody hell.
My apologies. And his mom, Dougal, must have seen this video, clipped it, made a video of it, and then the person's mom apparently was in the comments saying, "Please take this down because he's got autism," making the excuse of him saying these things because of autism. Now you can't make that an excuse. I'm sorry. Um, I don't like the Inghams, but I do think that's got to be seriously dealt with because you just don't know, do you? And you know,
Well, you don't know, and you have to be really careful. I remember when I was a moderator for Dorothy's a long time ago, and even like Dorothy was pretty good at stuff like this. So, well, she was not getting on with Natasha Cooper at the time. It was them days, and someone
uh-huh.
came in with Natasha Cooper's picture of Natasha Cooper's house on, and we were like, "No, get it gone." Do you know what I mean? And people are weird, aren't they?
I mean, the thing is, because of the Ingham's past, like they probably have got to be on holiday, and they've got children as well. And people do well. I think they've moved out of the country, or they're not in the country at the moment. But still, you don't know
You don't know, no.
who's who. This is what I've always said to Geishas from when my name, address, whatever got doxed, and people are oh, and threats was happening. They're not going to come to your house. I says I don't necessarily think they
Yeah,
would,
I know
but you
exactly
don't
what
know
you're
who's
saying,
in the chat.
but it
You
still gives
don't
you
know who's
you
in their
don't
chat,
know. Like
and neither do I.
I had someone I don't get along with at all, and she once went on a live and went, "I know where you live." I was like, "What?" And even though I never thought she would come to my house, I still didn't like the fact that someone's saying on a live who can't stand me, "I know where you live." Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Oh my God, 6 years, 6 years I've been on YouTube occasions. Jesus. So did you come around because of the what stuff?
Yeah, it's really weird actually. I actually set a YouTube channel up because I wanted to I was doing like little montages of family videos. I'd never do that now, but I honestly was so honest. You have to understand how green and naive I was. So I was looking around YouTube. I was, oh, this is a good place to put some like memories, of whatever. And then I came along Kelly the Advocate's channel, and she was a lovely, lovely girl. And I was like, oh, she's really nice. She does lives. Oh, this is fun. This is great. And I was in her chat for a while, and we got on really well. And then she's put links in for people to come up. And I was like, "Oh, okay." I remember the first time I ever did it, I couldn't watch it back for 2 days because I was so scared to hear my own voice. I was like, "Oh my God, what an idiot." Do you know what I mean? I don't even watch it back for 2 days. I was, like, mortified. So yeah, I went up on her panel and then I enjoyed it and I was like, "This is great. You can talk to people." Oh, Daphne, yeah, your sound is it's not mine, it's Louise is echoing. So anyway, but she can't talk about it 'cause she's on the phone.
She's just leaving things. She's had too much to drink.
She's on her phone. She's on the phone. She can't talk about it. So yes, I was on the Advocates, and I was like, "This is great." I can come up on her panel and chat to people, and it was lovely. And it wasn't till a lot later that I decided, oh, I wonder, I might try going live, and see how that goes. It's just weird. Yeah, it just sort of happens, I guess. Am I muffled too, Daphne?
I'm taking it. And before anybody says anything, because I just said, oh, Daphne's hearing things because she's had a drink. She told me earlier she was going out with the drink. Okay, I wasn't because sagacious. I don't want to anybody to think. God, you have to be so careful what you say.
Well, that's it on YouTube. You have to be so literal, don't you? And in my real life, I'm quite sarcastic. But
Me
on
too.
YouTube, I have to be so literal because people take everything you say so literally that you can't be sarcastic at all.
Do you also find that the sarcasm we're like a lot different to American in that way? Like,
Yeah, I really like dry. I have a very dry sense of humor, like
mhm,
very dry. Do you know what I mean? And people just don't get it. So I sort of realised that. So I sort of stopped doing it. But at home, we have a very dry sense of humor.
say me
Daphne.
too. Puff puff pasta. And you know what, sagacious? I've never been on camera ever on a stream on mine or anyone's.
Have you never?
No.
I have. I've been on camera a few times, but I've got showered, got ready, brushed my hair, put some slap on first.
What's the subject?
What's the subject? Well, we've talked about I had a little chat about what's happening with Mary, and Daphne knows Mary because Daphne's from the OG. She's from the Watts Island, and I was saying
Uh-huh.
that I have nothing against Mary. We were good friends. We were really good friends at one point. And the only reason I've been moaning now is because I've been replying to her. But she did put a community post out saying that she would like to get in touch with me and she would like to hopefully put it to bed, which I'm all willing for. I don't wanna fall out with her actually. And if she wants to stop the sniping and I'd love to stop you know, maybe even become civil to one another again. How about that? That'd be nice.
But see, if you're in different places as well, you're not crossing each other's paths. But respect to her for even saying she's willing to have that conversation too.
Yeah, and also the only reason I blocked her is because I didn't want all the sniping and the arguing and da 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 da. But if she's like, if she wants to get in touch in a positive way, then yeah, I've unblocked her by the way. So Mary, if you're listening, you're unblocked. And if you want to come in a positive way, I'd love to have a positive conversation with Mary. Of course I would. I don't want to fall out with her. So yeah, we talked about that, and then we talked a little bit about the Noodle Mash Mrs. P scenario, didn't we? A little bit.
Is Mary English or American?
She's from America. She's actually a lovely lady. She just
I've never heard of her
a bit
before.
upset about it. So probably a conversation between her and I would be a good thing.
Oh, definitely. It's just been the same merry-go-round. I think it's just sad. I mean, it's easy to stop that whole situation, isn't it? To go, it's just Mrs. Peer Noodle. If people just moved on to crafting or
Just
something else.
stop. I know it sounds so simple, just stop. But the thing is, Noodle Mash has to stop it as well. Just stop talking about her.
She kicked off and was moaning because and tried to imply that Trisha's all involved because Mrs. P donated £5 super chat in Trisha's chat one day. I mean, why are you watching what she doesn't even have money? Like,
Yeah, I can understand. Well, Daphne, so what happened was Mary came back to YouTube, and obviously she's really good friends with Amber. You know, she's really close friends with Amber. And I think she just had some residual bad feeling from what happened 3 years ago. So actually, having a conversation would be productive, I think. Because I don't want to fall out with her, Daphne. Honestly, I don't want to fall out with Mary. In fact, right, I kid you not, I did a cooking video about a year ago, or however when it was, and she wrote a lovely comment underneath. And I said, "Oh, thanks, Mary. I miss you." And then, so to get all this vitriol after, I was like, "Where the fuck did that come from?" And it has been a bit relentless. But her latest CP is, I think, saying she wants to put it to bed. I think, I hope, hopefully we can just, just move on and,
do you
you know,
think other people might have been involved in her ear or something?
possibly. I think it's difficult because everyone knows I don't get on with Amber. I mean, I just don't, and I never will. And we have various reasons. It goes back to what stores. It goes back to 5 years.
Are you on about
Uh,
Amber like Amber?
Sorry?
Are you on about Amber as in like
Yeah,
Amber?
yeah. So I've known her for years, not just through Lycan. She was from the Watts days,
Oh,
and Mary and Amber are very close now. And it's very clear as day that me and Amber don't like each other. I mean, everyone knows that. It's not a secret. And Mary is very close to Amber, so maybe it's because she wants to defend a friend. Which people want to defend a friend, that's fine. So maybe there's more of a issue with me because of that reason, because she was so close to somebody that I don't get on with at all. Maybe. I mean, I can only think. Maybe this is why we need the conversation. I don't know.
that's probably why I didn't really know if she's not just like come back around. And I don't watch Amber because I've got no time for her.
Well, like I say, Amber and I's story goes back a long time, and it goes way, 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 way back. So there's residual bad feeling from way back for certain things that she's done, and she probably thinks certain things I've done. So there's, that's nothing to do with
You're
life,
not
and it's
doing
nothing to do
on
with
each other. Like, I don't hear you going on at her or vice versa.
mm. I didn't mention her until she started making all these CPs and going into chats and saying, "Oh, Sagacious is this, Sagacious is a hypocrite, Sagacious is the devil, Sagacious is I don't know, the enemy," and all this shit. And I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh, yes, Daphne, because this woman's talking back from 20, how long? Jesus. I can't even remember what I did last week.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it can be resolved. I don't think me and Mary are going to be close again because she is so close to Amber and I'm so not. But I'm hoping we can be at least civil. We were good friends. We were good mates for a couple of years. We spoke privately. We were really good mates for a good couple of years, and we did speak privately, and we were proper mates. So, of course, I want us to put it to bed. I don't want any bad feeling.
It's just, like we said earlier, it's YouTube.
Yeah,
And Mary's willing for it, so, you know what I mean? There's hope.
yeah. It's difficult when people are taking sides, but it is what it is. It's YouTube, isn't it? This is how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah. And unfortunately, it sometimes doesn't work. You can't be friends with both people. Like, I'm not
Yeah,
saying you just can't. It doesn't work, does it?
yeah. Because if say me and Mary did make up and we were somewhat friendly, it might upset some of her friends now. Do you know what I mean? They might be going, "Ooh," so she doesn't want to upset her friends. So it's all convoluted and it's all it's all
YouTube
complicated.
politics.
Definitely YouTube politics.
I mean, I'd rather. I don't engage in real life politics. Did you have a good night, Daph?
Have you been out?
I don't believe her, Sagacious. I told her earlier, unless she provides video footage, photo evidence, and receipts from the venue, I don't believe her.
Ah, that's funny.
I mean, who really has a real life?
Who does? Do you know I've got a few things coming up, Marie? I'm so excited. I don't go out that often. In fact, the last bloody time I went out was a bloody funeral. Oh, God, it was so awful. Anyway, I don't want to go into details because it's a family funeral, so I won't go into details. But anyway, that was horrific. That was like a week ago. Anyway, but I've got some positive things to go to soon. It's my birthday in what day is it? Say the 8th. It's my birthday in about 2 weeks' time. So that's
But then,
exciting. And I've booked the whole week off. For my
ooh,
birthday, I've not just booked the day off, I've booked the whole week off. And I've
what
not
date
booked
is your birthday?
24th of June. It's a
Oh,
Monday and I've got the whole week off and I'm so excited. So I'm really excited about that. And then the weekend after, I'm going to my sister's 70th birthday party. That's the weekend after. And then in November, which is a bit of a way, I've got a gig. I'm going to see a band called Deco, and I'm going to watch a snooker match. So I've got loads going on, which is really, really fun.
but I've got a party to go to next week. I'm so
Have you?
excited.
Oh, it's so nice.
Yeah, my nephew's third birthday party. I can't wait. Oh, yeah. All them screaming
Gorgeous.
kids on
Because like I
me.
said, the last couple of times, yeah, it was a family funeral a couple of weeks ago. It was my auntie, and then on in December, when I last saw the family before that, was my dad's funeral. So all the last two times I've seen all my family was both funerals. So it's really depressing. So I'm hoping for some happier times to come because it's been not great.
Yeah. And I was being sarcastic about next week. It's a third birthday party and it's just going to be full of screaming kids.
Oh well, you'll get to see everyone. It's so cute.
Can't wait.
Oh look, getting some
But
supper, the munchies. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna put a pizza in? That's what I normally do. If I'm hungry, I can't be able to do anything. I just put a frozen pizza in.
do you know what? I'm not a pizza person.
You're not a pizza person. I love pizza, but you know, because my dad was so old-fashioned, we were brought up on meat and two veg, right? So every mealtime, mashed potato, cauliflower, and a pork chop and something. It was meat and two veg, right?
Mm.
I never tasted a pizza. Never had a pizza till I was 19 years old, and that is the truth.
My granddad used to call it foreign food. Like, we can't.
Yeah, never had a pizza till I was 19.
And my elderly neighbour, she's going to be 90 next month. And we cook for her out. I generally cook for her 3 times a week. If I'm not, my mum will, but generally I do. Anyway, and we take her out, we look out for her, but she's very active. Like, she doesn't go shopping herself. It's only because she lives on her own and she wouldn't cook a
Oh,
meal.
Marie, I'm
Yeah,
going to the loo again. I'm so
okay.
sorry.
Okay. Oh, everybody's got to listen to me again. Maryland, you like a lot of people, but I'm your favourite. Definitely, you're funny. I just had some chicken stays. I had the munchies too. Um, I'm a Scorpion. The world. This YouTube has definitely gone crazy. I feel like this is another planet sometimes. Honestly, Craft, lately, what I'm seeing, I'm like, yeah, honestly, people are absolutely nut jobs. I just, I'm tired. Sorry, I just can't imagine them in real life.
I'm back.
Mm.
Yeah, we didn't eat different foods really. It was literally mashed potato or boiled potato. That was about it. This community is psychiatrist's dream. Well, Daphne, do you remember when Rabbit Dog he used to say he had his channel because he wanted to talk about the human condition, and he was always interested in the way, like you know, how we all speak to one another, how people fall out, and all that sort. I don't know. Yeah, and it's funny how we find ourselves here, isn't it, Marie? Because like, if I try and explain to anyone, like if I was to explain to a friend, oh yeah, I was on YouTube and I was talking to Marie and Daphne and Crafty and then they'd be like, what? What's that? They wouldn't understand at all.
Truthfully, honest to God. And I mean, people have their alt names and look Craftastic or Noodle Mash, for instance. Like, you start talking names like that to your friends, they think you're crazy.
Yes, because the one time it was quite a while ago now, it was about a year ago, and I'd had a few drinks, and I was coming back in a taxi, and for some reason I don't know how it come up. I was trying because I think he said something like, "Oh, what do your hobbies or something?" And I come up with some of these stupid names, and he's like, he must have looked, he looked at me like I was an absolute Fruit Loop. I mean, literally, he was just, you could just see him going, "What the?" Yeah, so I
I
was like,
don't this is wrong, and you can blame Chris Watts. I didn't really follow that case. I mean, definitely not on YouTube. But there's this other man. I told Replay about it earlier. His wife was Misha, Mica, Mika, or Misha Mitchell, I think maybe.
"All right,
And he's like a pastor or a priest or something in America. And as I remember, he's saying that they'd split up and something happened and then she died. And he's telling people
I,
it was
I'm not sure if
suicide, but people are believing like he killed her off. There's loads about it on TikTok. It's all going off at the moment. And just the way he's acted ever since she's died is weird. Like, he doesn't care. Just got around new girls. It sounds very much like Chris Watson, like he was ready to bump her off because he had somebody else ready.
gosh, I haven't seen. I don't. Do you know? I don't even watch TikTok. Like I don't. So anything that goes on TikTok, I don't know.
Oh, is my phone going funny again? Oh, I love TikTok. I love it. It's dangerous.
And yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? So you know, when you do lives, do you go on a laptop when you do your own live?
No, I haven't got a
Do you
laptop
do?
on my phone.
Oh, I was just wondering why it's echoing. Like I
I
thought
think
it's
it's
because
because the speaker button.
you have a phone. All right. So it doesn't normally echo. It's just.
It's ever since I got my screen changed, and even when I talk on my
Oh,
phone, it sounds a bit funny. People say,
I've got you. I see.
but I am gonna go in a minute anyway because
All right. Well, it's
you
been lovely to chat
know,
to you.
you two, thanks for having me. It's very late.
It is. It's what time is it now? 2:30.
I'll jump in the chat for a little bit.
Oh, thanks, Marie. It's really
But
nice to catch up,
thanks
and
for
thank you
having
for
together.
coming up and It's
No
just,
problem. I'll see you in the chat. I'm just gonna go to the toilet.
thank
See you
you.
later. Bye, babes.
Bye. Oh, so that was really nice. Yeah, I think because Marie's on her phone, I think it has that sort of echo. So every time I speak, I think my voice was coming through her phone. So I think that's what's happening. But it was so nice for her to come up because I don't, there's a lot of people that can do this on their own, and that's lovely. That's great. You know, if you've got something to really get into, you can talk on your own, and I can do that if I've got a proper topic. But when I'm just up here chatting to you guys, I really like someone to come up. So it was so nice to have her up there. So I'm sorry if there was like an echo and everything, but it was nice for her to be up there. Yeah, and we've just been chatting about all sorts really. Um, I was chatting about Mary just because people on my channel might have seen the back and forth on the um CP, so I was trying to explain that a little bit. Marie is a nice person. She's lovely, and that's very kind of her to come up because the thing is, we do these lives, and when people come up, they're taking time out of their lives to come up and help you. Really, you know, she didn't have to. She's taking time out of her night, out of her Saturday night to come up and talk to me, and it was really really kind of her. Really kind. And when I first come up, we had Tarot with Trisha came up as well. Um, so that was lovely too. And that's the first time I think I've spoke to Trisha on panel, I think. So that was really kind of her as well. She came up for a little bit. So that was lovely too. I asked Sally to come up, but she's doing a big market tomorrow, you know, with the crafting. And when you go to a market, you have to get up at stupid o'clock, like 4 in the morning. Thanks, Marie. So you have to get up really early, like 4 o'clock in the morning, because she's setting up a market stall tomorrow. Because Sundays in the UK, Sunday markets are a massive thing, and if you do like crafting and stuff, it's a really big deal on a Sunday morning, a Sunday morning markets. So she's busy doing that. So Sally couldn't come in, but it was lovely to see Trisha and lovely to see Marie. But yeah, it's just been really nice because when we come up, we don't know what we're going to find. I did put subscribers only mode in, so hopefully that helps, you know, people not just coming in, you know, randomers coming in. But it's been really lovely, you know, Crafty's been in, thank you. And yeah, there's been a few people coming in and listen to me waffle away. Oh, there's Save Robbie, hello. Hello. Do you want to come up? Do you know, it's fun actually because I don't come live very often. So it is nice to catch up with you guys. It is really lovely. I don't know much about you, Sagacious, but you seem very nice. Well, I try and be nice. Look, Marilyn, I do try and be nice. If people are having a go at me, I can bite back. That's the thing. But I try not to be like really horrid. But I do stick up for myself. I do. I'm really good. How are you? I tell you what, Robbie. One of my favourite things is Sally Ann's thing you did for her. What is it? What is it? Let Sally Ann talk. That intro thing, I think that's mint. I think that's really, really cool. That was such a good thing you did for Sally there. What's it? Just shut up and let Sally Ann talk, I think it's called. But yeah, it's mint. Really, really cool that. Yeah, I try and keep it a bit chill. As I say, I'm not perfect. I can bite back sometimes. And I'm in my 50s now. Probably 15 years ago, I probably would have been a bit more bitchy. I am trying to curb that a little bit. I try and say to myself, look, I'm a woman in my 50s, right? I can't be like, too bitchy. But so I do try. All right, Daphne. All right. I like that video, the original one before they tainted it. I thought it was really cool. I still like it now. I still think it's fun. I think it's great fun. But yeah, that sort of it certainly got everyone in a tiz, didn't it? It certainly did. Oh, you've got a knife. Well, I was actually working today, Maryland 21, and I finished 11, 12, 1, 2, about 4 hours ago. And I thought, it's quiet in the house. My daughter's at work, so it's quiet in the house. I finished work a few hours ago, and I've got tomorrow off. So I'm like, I can stay up late. It's quiet. I thought, why not come live and catch up with everyone? And it's really fun to see everybody. Actually, it's really, really fun. Oh, Marie, definitely. I had to wait up until I knew you were safe home. Oh, I love that. Do you know, I have a lot of good girlfriends that if we go out, we all take care of each other and we always make sure everyone's got home and we always text each other. You know, if we get in different taxis, we say, text me when you get home. And I love all that. I love it when, especially women, look after each other, and make sure we all get home safely. I think that's really important. Yeah, that's super, super cute. So, does anyone want to come up? I might have to end this live now. I think we've chatted away and I've had a really good catch up. Like I said, I don't come live often. This is why I've sort of hang about a bit longer because I don't come live very often. On average, maybe once a month if I can. So I probably won't be live unless I have to come up and address. If something particular happens, I have to come up and say something. But in general, I probably come up once a month. So, that's why I like to hang about and chat to everyone and catch up and see how you guys are and just tell you what's going on with me. Not a lot usually, but it's just nice to catch up really. So has anyone got any questions to me before I go? Have you got any questions you've been dying to ask me? Like, Sagacious, I heard this, is that true? Or Sagacious, I heard that, is that true? Or what do you think about that? If there's any questions you'd like to ask, I would ask it now. Because you'll be waiting probably a little bit of time before I come back. Right, Mrs. P has left a comment under my post sharing this out. Let us know she was listening. Oh, bless her. Oh, Mrs. P. Oh, we do love you. Just know that. Just know that there's a lot of people care about you. Just know that. And I'm sorry I can't have you on here. I'm just scared you might say something that might not be good for you, might not be good. Sometimes we all get angry. We really, really do. And I know, sometimes you find it difficult, but I understand. I completely understand, Mrs. P. So, I don't have a bad word to say about you, Mrs. P. So thank you and take care. And I hope I hope you're doing some lovely crafting because your pictures and colouring in were lovely. I remember back in the day, Mrs. P did some lovely colouring in, and I think she even sold a few of them, and they were great. So I hope you're doing some of that. So, is there anything else that you want to ask me, or does anyone want to come up? Does anyone want the link? I have been on 2 hours and 42 minutes. So I've been here a good while and it's been lovely. It really, really has been lovely and it's just been really nice. Yeah, as long as she knows that she has people that really care about her, genuinely. So that's really cute. And Robbie, Robbie's one of Mrs. P's always biggest supporters, isn't he? He's always, had her back and everything. So yeah. And there's Extinct Tube, Tea Up, someone we've not seen someone for a long time as well. While I'm thinking about it, I hope she's okay too. Um, and Kelly, she's changed her name. Kelly Cares. She was in earlier. She's lovely too. So yes, we've seen some great people today. Well, have I missed anybody? Well, I'm ever so grateful, everyone that came in. I'm really sorry if I missed anybody. Thank you, everyone. Daphne, Marie, of course. Thank you for coming up. Trisha. Just thanks a lot. And I'll probably see you in a few weeks' time. I'll be around the tubes now and again, probably annoying people. I managed to do that quite easily without even trying. So, Um, so just thanks a lot. Thank you, everyone. And I'll see you around the tubes. Take care and just thank you and take care. And I'll see you around the tubes. Thanks a lot. Good night. Bye.